Yeah.
Oh, let me pull up the schedule.
Yeah, I've got it as well. I can repost it. We are good to go. We are on the screen.
Oh,
Today
Goodbye,
is
people.
Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday. It is an early morning Wednesday for Team Glacier. As well, most likely when everybody else is getting up for the morning, Carmine will already be gone for the morning, as Cassie took her out on the ice. Thumbs up.
she's been kidnapped.
Willingly.
Yep.
Thumbs up. Willingly.
Politely.
Good. Bad. Oh, maybe we'll see.
Okay, schedule's pulled up. And it's yeah, I'm just my connection is just scuffed right now. So if it takes me time to do anything or I just suddenly die, that's why. 8 a.m. is when you guys have your first class of the day, and it's workshop. So technically, 11 a.m. is your actual first class of the day. It's a
Yippee.
morning that you guys could take your time. You have the space and the time reserved if you want to go work on your equipment, your gear, weapons, anything, refine some dust. That is you 100% your guys' prerogative, and I would leave that choice to you. Other than Carmine, who we've already established is out on the ice with Cassie and trying to have a bit of a better morning after yesterday's total fiascos. And I say fiascos repeated. That leaves the rest of the team. As we've established, two of you are quite fond of getting up early, and the third of you usually ends up getting up to their alarms. So, Tiffany, it's one of those mornings that you could be up as early as you want. Technically, the first class you have to be at's not until 11. So, what are you doing with your morning?
Same as normal, waking up at a good time, around that 6:30 mark, knowing that they could sleep in a bit. They were probably out a bit later last night anyway, so she allowed herself an extra half an hour to sleep in. Same as the last couple of days, she'll check the business report, see if there's anything new, any detailings of the munition to production deal happening up in Atlas, any messages from her father. Stuff like that. It's a pretty quiet day, pretty cruisy day. Yeah, probably going to be a little bit more self-contained after talking to people led to bad things yesterday. Repeated.
Don't worry about it. We love it. Checking things over this morning, Tiffany. Again, this early in the morning, the news is only focused on the two things, talking about the follow throughs on the deals, and that STC is has basically reliquidated stock shares, has diluted some stock down, and has managed to undercut one of their own board members, getting them taken off, and that position will be opening up. So there's going to be some talks about that and how that might happen. Looking across the board, nothing really stands out to you right away as interesting, other than the fact that as soon as trading opened up in Atlas this morning, which was maybe about an hour ago for you, your father's company, your company too, your stock went up maybe about 10 points overnight. And I say that because like it starts trading first thing in the morning. So signs that there are vested interest in your company, but also possible outside influence and or attempts at hostile takeover. Thankfully, your father owns majority shares, so that shouldn't be a problem, but it is of note. The other bit of news is the fallout from the train attack in Vale. And a secondary report under that, wondering about whether or not it's also tied to attacks on a dust shop in Vale from Dusk Till Dawn. That was thwarted by a Huntress student who happened to be on premises at the time. No reports as to, no official reports on anything, and they haven't been able to get a hold of whoever it was. They just have generic reports from people in the area and the owner of the shop. But Vale's handling some minor issues. Atlas is doing Atlas things. Nothing standing out in that regard. SDC's already promised by the end of the week their first shipment should be out. They want 0 delay in shipping at all. There's some notes and caveats about that as well too. Obviously, it's the kind of thing that they odds are Jacques knew that this deal was coming and knew that he would be SDC would be the one getting it and prepared for it ahead of time. Oh, Discord's dying. So
Would-
SDC prepared itself and has already been producing ammo. That's the only way you get something out that fast. Continue.
Would Tiffany have access to Weiss's number?
Both around the same age, both in kind of the same upper spheres. I would assume you guys have probably met. Whether or not the two of you got along, I leave that to you to decide. If you did, then yes.
I probably get along more like they'll be social acquaintances, but given their stature and the circles that they move in, we're probably encouraged to like exchange contact details for the realms of like looking proper for business. I think Tiffany will shoot Weiss a message just saying keep your head on a swivel. Obviously Tiffany's been the target of a personal attack within the last few months. The SDC are going to cause more enemies, given that the attacks in Vale on a dust train, the attacks on a dust shop, and the heiress to a dust company is currently unprotected.
Excellent. You get a pretty quick reply from Weiss. She's already keeping her head out, her head on a swivel as it is. She's already keeping an eye out. Judging by the way that the text kind of trails off and cuts off at the end, you're guessing that she's yelling at one of her teammates, and is using like the text or the speech to text like dictation. She's yelling at somebody called RWBY.
Damn
You guess
skill
one of her
issue.
teammates.
I put my phone down. I don't bother. Like, there's like, we're not friends. We're not like, I'm not gonna follow up on that. It's like, yep, cool, whatever. I've done what I needed to do, and then she'll probably just like, go over the homework, continuing performing surgery on a fruit.
Excellent. We love fruit surgery this early in the morning.
Hey, I need it for my homework.
Saren. True, you do.
Hello.
Saren, what's your morning looking like?
I'll be getting up around the same time. Whether we do shit today or not, it's another day, so she's probably out on a run or training or whatever, just keeping herself physically active.
Excellent. Odds are, Saren, probably shortly into your run, you'll be joined briefly for your morning exercises by your mother, who is doing as mothers do, being a little nosy, but also just coming to enjoy having you around. You're on campus and you get to be around all the time now, and she doesn't have to be, I'm the Empress and I have other things I have to do. She's a teacher here. I mean, she's still the Empress at the end of the day, but she gets to kind of enjoy the morning with you a little bit. And also kind of as the one who taught you like swordplay and things like that, also gets to see how you've been developing on your own. How you handle yourself, how you take care of yourself in the morning, what you do.
Yeah, Darren probably would chat with her, like, hi mom, things are going fine. I'm following up on our training as usual.
She's absolutely delighted to hear that. Does inquire briefly as to how your friends are doing, in particular, like, is Carmine okay? She kind of had a bit of a rough day yesterday, and Celine came to my office like late last night and was, maybe drinking a little bit. Just making sure everyone's doing okay. Like, do I need to step in? You got this. Is like, how are your friends?
Simon would be like, they seem okay. Carmine seems to be doing better after we went out last night, and I guess they weren't aware that. Well, I didn't deem it important to tell them that I was the daughter of a breaker and an empress, and I don't really deem that stuff important because I kind of want to be my own thing, even if I
Yep.
follow in your footsteps.
That's all she's ever wanted from you too, is just the opportunity for you to do your own thing. It's kind of what she's been aiming for. Spend some more time with you this morning, sit down with you for breakfast if you're willing. Outside of that, really just helping you work out a little bit.
Yeah, I think she would
Rue.
probably ask. For,
Go
sorry.
ahead. No,
She
you're
would
good. Go
probably
ahead.
ask for some tips for like workshop or like something she can do to improve that she can't quite see herself. That would be like the only thing she would ask.
Okay. So we're gonna zoom in on that moment briefly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sitting across from your mother, at one of the breakfast tables, the two of you having nearly identical tastes as far as your mornings are concerned. She has
Yeah,
kind
cool. Like
of
a
developed
little
your
bit more
palate to
sugar.
a degree.
Yes.
Yeah. So she adds a little bit of sugar to it, but she kind of has like experimented with your palate and does find some level of enjoyment in it, especially like a morning melon
Melon.
with the coffee. Give me one of them, Fen. I don't care. I'm in the middle of session. No. Fuck. Give me this. Sorry. Had to give Fen shit. Anyways, I will. Whenever you ask her that, she stops, leans back slowly, and gets, for a moment, a bit of a pensive look before she nods. Well, that depends on a few things. If you're looking to grow stronger, just as a swordsman and somebody who is capable of fighting, and I think the path you're on right now is the best bet. Just refine your technique further, sharper, stronger, figure out where you're lacking when it comes to your range of engagement and make up for the difference. If you're talking about our familial techniques, you need to get your aura pool quite larger. Your corruption threshold's more than capable of withstanding the after effects of some of our techniques now, but your aura pool would mean that you would put yourself in a very dangerous situation using more than one in case of emergencies. So, personal opinion, just as your mother is now your combat teacher. Well, I think outside of figuring out something to help you out in your mid-range engagements that isn't relying on your team, which, don't get me wrong, your team is fantastic. Tiffany is an excellent shot, and Carmine's better than she gives herself credit for.
Sharon would nod at that.
I think some kind of way for you yourself to be able to handle mid-range situations, whether that be through aura application or weapon choice or anything to that degree, would drastically help you and your team out. You're capable, and especially if you get in close, there's not many Grim and bandits around here. They're going to be able to handle you, but if something gets beyond your reach, or is fast enough to get around you and go after your friends, or get behind you and go after Tiffany, all of your offensive fire is kind of lackluster in that regard.
Yes, mother.
So it really depends. I mean, if you really want to follow through with keeping up with the family techniques, we have a few that can actually handle those situations quite easily. But again, you need to work on your aura pool.
Got it. I will.
If you can increase your current aura pool by about 50%, then I'll say you're good to start learning.
I'll make that a priority. Sharon will not.
Then she smiles. Well, then I guess I need to start working on upgrading your sword, don't I?
I should attend a workshop class then.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can sit in with you guys a little bit this morning if you want, and we can look at what we can do. But honestly, I don't want to push you in any one single direction. I want to give you the opportunity to make your own choices.
I
You
appreciate
come
that.
from some very important and very significant legacies. She gives you a knowing smile.
Sharon will.
Still don't understand how you can't add sugar to this. Like, she holds up her coffee and just shakes her head slowly.
I think it tastes fine by itself.
Must be your mother in you.
Sienna mentioned.
My gosh.
She'll sit with you as long as you want, let you enjoy your breakfast. She's kind of a light eater in the mornings, so she's done pretty quick, but
Yeah, I'm sure she has other things she has to do.
to a degree, but she also likes spending time with you, so.
Mhm. Yeah, I think once, and just to round it out, I think once Sabanwood is done and they're done, and she will probably make her way to the workshop class just to attend it, see what it's about.
Okay. Fair enough. And Rue, what is your morning like?
To the library to work on homework and studying.
The dedicated boy, keeping his head down, working hard. You got workshop is basically just reserved time for you guys to go to said place and use the equipment there, if you want it. Not a requirement. It's basically free hours with extra options. So it is up to you guys if you go at all. Not a requirement. It's just, hey, we reserve the time and we have this time set aside that we can go to it if we want to. 100% up to you. So outside of that, there's. Go ahead.
Would Queena be there?
Yes,
Yeah.
Queen is the one who manages the workshop. So
Yeah, I'll still go to workshop class. Like, I've already done everything I want to do in the morning, but I do want to go talk to Queena quickly.
okay, we will come back to that briefly. You're just working on studying and homework, Rue?
Yep.
All right. Just making sure. Carmine, you had a decent morning, especially following up after yesterday. Yesterday was not great.
No.
Cassie did help you feel better and was there and supportive and helped you start working on a little bit of semblance control, a little bit of aura control, and trying to figure out how things work. .tm help you learn to keep your footing a bit better when things get slick. Eventually, the two of you return back to the school. Cassie has classes she has to go watch over, as much as she'd love to spend the extra time with you this morning. Yay, adopted mom number 3. Technically adopted mom number 2. Because Celine's adopted mom number 1, and then your actual mom is... Anyways.
I don't even know what's going on anymore with my own parents.
Was that in or out of character? Because it could be both.
Yes.
Excellent. So you've got time this morning. You guys left early. You've got a little bit of time before your team's reserved workshop period. Whether or not you go, I leave to you, especially because Queen is going to be there. So thumbs up. What would you like to do with your morning?
She's gonna try to work on her homework assignment, the plant dust thing, the little project. It was with I think it was along the same class that Tiffany's doing the whole surgery on fruit thing for.
Yeah, it was for survival class, so we
yeah,
were
so she's
told.
gonna do her homework for that. Just do some studying, trying to cope with everything that happened yesterday, kinda keeping to herself and trying to avoid anyone she recognizes.
Excellent. Also, I did remember I retroactively owe you guys some things for your guys' big trauma bonding experience last night. And a little bit of drinking between each other and some confiding in each other. And just a little bit, feeling a little bit closer to each other. So we'll just run down the list really quickly. Tiffany, what is your current corruption threshold?
75.
So you're 1 of 7 towards increasing that. Thumbs up.
Okay.
Carmine, what is your current corruption threshold?
40.
I think you're at 40. You're at 1 of 4. Look at that. It looks like actually providing loving care and support to somebody helps them.
She totally wasn't drinking her sorrows away.
Yep. Zarin, I think you're at 250.
255. Yeah.
Yeah, you're at
Oh,
you're at 1 of
gosh.
25. Oh god. So anytime I ever mention you guys getting successes towards that, I'll tell you how many it is. You'll just add to that. Just keep track of it until it fills all the way up. And then when it does, let me know and I'll tell you what you get. But you're at 1 of 25. Rue, what's your current corruption threshold?
135.
13. God damn. I forgot you're actually pretty decent. And then I owe you guys a little bit. I'll put in some work this morning. We'll do the odd one out first. Saren, you're focusing more on doing some workouts this morning and increasing your overall physicality. Would you like to apply that to some of your stats or to your aura?
I do want to get some aura. I also want to get con up, but probably let's focus on aura, I guess.
All right. You are at 1 of 10 towards increasing your aura pool. Yes, I know I'm making you guys keep track of multiple things. I apologize. You might want notes open. I should have warned you. My bad. So you're the one who did some physical work this morning, and you were focused more on that. Tiffany, you're doing studying. Would you like to apply that towards the acquisition of a skill or to the increase of one of your mental stats?
To my homework. So I'm not sure what the best one that would be for.
Do you have survival proficiency? Oh no, you're working on.
No, I don't.
stitching. That'd be medicine. That'd be medicine. Sorry.
Okay, yep. So I'm already at 5 of 20 for this, so just roll medicine.
You're at 5 of 20. They'll just put you up to 6.
Okay.
Yep.
I gotta try and get fucking
Karma, you're
20
doing some
before. Okay, then.
studying. Yeah. That just gives you proficiency.
Okay.
Carmine, would you like to try and work on developing a new skill, or would you like to try and work on getting that brain a little sharper?
Let me check this real quick. Probably brain. We need our smarts.
All right. Would you like to put that? Well, which one of your mental stats would you like to put that to?
Int. Int.
I figured. What is your intelligence currently?
My intelligence is a 16.
You're at 1 of 16.
Yippee! There we go.
True. You're doing some studying, I do believe. Yeah. Would you like to apply that towards a skill, or would you like to apply that towards stats?
Yep, we're gonna just continue on with deception.
Fantastic.
He wants to lie to us.
Just put another point. Just put another success into that. So anytime that I say that you guys are taking the time and you have the downtime for that, I'll try and be more conscious about letting you know about that. That's kind of how you'll do it. And if you fill out something you already have filled out, you can start working on something else. Or if you want to start working on something new, let me know. I'll tell you what you need for it. But once you fill it out, let me know, and you're either going to get something new or increase something you already have. That's just how it's going to work. That's our downtime, guys. That's as simple as it's going to be. That's going to be for everybody eventually, but you guys are the most developed overall, so you guys get all the fun bits first.
Yay!
That is your guys' morning. I know Tiffany's going to workshop to go and is going to go talk to Queena. We'll do that in a second. Is anybody else going to go take some time at workshop this morning? You guys have 3 hours set aside for it.
Yes.
I will.
All right. So that's Saren and Carmine. Rue, you going to workshop, or
Oh my
you gonna
gosh, do
just
they
take
want to
some time
hold
to
hands
study?
on the way there?
Sure,
Yeah.
let's go.
Good hold ears.
Alrighty then.
Holding hands on the way there.
So, well, I mean, you guys have your own space set aside, so honestly, it just makes sense to meet up while you're there, only because it's like, hey, yeah, here's our table, here's our workbench. So eventually you guys meet up. I doubt you're all showing up at the exact same time, just based on like how you guys are doing things in the morning. But you're all at least taking some time to go review your equipment, your gear, anything like that. I know before now I had said, oh, you guys are stocked up on dust. That was for simplicity's sake. From here on, if you don't go out of your way to say you have it, you don't have it. So you guys ain't got dust, you ain't got anything else right now. That's all been used at some point, or what supplies the school gave you were just temporary. From here on, if you want something, you need to equip it yourself. I'm not going to make you guys, if it makes sense, I'm not going to make you guys take a bunch of time to go this, and this. Just say, hey, I want to get this, or like a list of things. Here's what I want to get. If there's something about it, I'll point it out, or we'll do something with it. But outside of that, it's like, cool, here's how much it costs you. And that'll be that. So the assumption moving forward is if you don't take the time to go get it, such as stocking yourself up with dust and anything like that,
We don't got it.
yeah, then you don't have it. You guys will get on, if you guys go out on missions and things like that, the school will provide you a small, supply of things to use for that mission, but all of that gets taken back at the end. Is like, okay, cool, like we need to use the extras to keep all the other students equipped. So
Quick, I might put
the
this in
school
your
won't
mouth.
leave you guys out high and dry, but yeah, exactly. So everything will be pretty standardized. So once you know how to do it once, it should be the same every other time. If you have questions, ask. Outside of that, we're going to figure out what you guys are doing with your time. So, Tiffany, you want to talk to Queena.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
easy to do. She basically lives in the workshop.
so kind of like as everybody else gets there first, I'll like get their ammo, like the ammo that their gun use, and And I'm gonna go up to Queen and it's like, where do you get your ammo from? Oh, hello. I feel like
leans
Queenie doesn't
back.
do hellos.
No, she doesn't. Queenie leans back a little bit, looks at you with her one eye, tilts her head a little bit. Are we talking about generic ammo or are we talking about something specialized?
I refuse to buy SDC production ammo. So yes.
As you absolutely should. As you absolutely should. Generic use things, I prefer Athelion. They at least source their materials responsibly and they don't abuse slave labor. So if you want something that'll make you feel okay and you're fine with paying the slight import tax, Athelion. If you want something specialized, you've got the eyes and I can give you the know-how to make it yourself. Specialized ammo, I make 100% of my own. But just bulk issue rounds and things to fill up magazines that I don't care about
Both is probably a
needing
good
specific
alternative.
things out of. She nods. Yeah, you can never have too much ammo.
Good. When we're able to, I'd like to work with you on learning how to produce ammo. Until then, what's your contact in Athelios for ordering in ammo?
She will pull it up and give you the contact information for Athelion Armaments. You can add that to your contact
Sweet.
list, your personal contact list, Tiffany.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've already talked with Will about how Athelios operates. Athelios gives discounts and they won't give you guys like brand new off the shelf things, but it's like, oh, hey, yeah, this is from like 2 batches ago. It's still good. We've been keeping it. So it's like they'll give you guys discounts on that or be able to provide you guys with a limited amount of ammunition. To that end, their premier thing is trying to compete against whoever the major ammo producer is in Atlas and give people options. So right now it's like, oh, the SDC, yeah, we're gonna do whatever they do that like is kind of dickish. We're gonna do the opposite. So
Sweet. If I had $1 for every major company that was connected to a player character that did that, I would have $2. Yeah, Tiffany will just basically spend the class with Queener, distracting Queener as much as anything.
I will say that time will give you what you need to learn how to produce a single specialized dust or a single specialized round type. You can have that be a dust round of any variety that you want. You can have it be one of her more unique and specialized rounds. I leave that to you. But producing dust rounds is like producing dust. It requires completely separate processes that have to be handled differently and requires learning. It's Queena. It's a couple of hours. She's going to teach you what you need to know in that time. So I will let you decide what, if anything, you want to learn how to make. But
yeah, I think more standardized rounds first. Like get the basics down pat, and then just kind of like work after that.
Oh yeah,
We already know how to apply dust to
standard
weapons,
rounds.
so that's kind of enough of
Yeah.
a stopgap to get us through until kind of like Tiffany's a lot more comfortable with it.
Standard rounds are easy enough to do once you know the weapon type. Now between multiple weapon types is where things get interesting, because like producing rounds for your handgun versus carbine's rifle is a slightly different process. Mainly because due to size. But again, that's up to you. Also, Corey, I apologize if I'm aggravating you with any of this. I only kind of know these things. I have approximate knowledge.
I can teach you if
but
you need.
no, you're good. Funny enough, from what I understand, the biggest problem with producing your own rounds is usually packing them. Because if you do that wrong, you don't have a round, you have a bomb. Or you don't have a round, you have a hunk of metal that you're lobbing at people and not actually shooting. So,
Well, yeah,
or it just doesn't go off at all.
I've done a couple of things, but I can save that for later.
Yeah. Yep. So, like I said, approximate knowledge. Anyways,
It's good enough.
so yeah, Yeah, basic rounds are easy enough to do. You know what you're doing to a degree, and you've got the semblance to kind of make up for what you don't know. So this is like a hey, I could teach you. We've got the time. I could teach you how to make something, simple as far as specialized rounds go. So,
Yep.
If you want to add that to your repertoire of things you know how to do, I give that to you. If you want to start with
Sweet.
dust rounds and move down the list, then pick one of the elemental dust types, and congrats, you now know how to make that as a dust round.
Bro, fairy dust round would be really funny, and that's the ultimate fuck the SDC.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's rip it.
Unironically, they are useful.
Yeah, they are. The ultimate fuck the SDC.
Excellent. So yeah, excellent. You know how to make fairy dust rounds. Thumbs up.
Yeah, they'll basically take me up and keep Queenie distracted from Carmine. Go Carmine.
Sure. Woe be upon you. Last thing I'll leave you with is through the process of learning how to do that, you will acquire 10 fairy dust rounds for yourself for your weapon. So, thumbs
I
up.
gathered that.
I shoot you to heal you.
Yep. I shoot you so hard
Yep.
it
Alright,
overfills.
Yeah, percussive maintenance. Carmine with Tiffany, both of her own interests, but also like out of consciousness for you, kind of distracting Queena. What are you doing with your time in the workshop?
Honestly, she's probably just trying to get a better understanding of what's been done with her weapon because she's like, oh, I don't know this thing anymore. It's not my baby. This is not the same. You're trying to tell me that Times New Roman and Impact fonts are the same thing, basically. And she's not having it. So she's just trying to get a better understanding of like
Excellent.
how it works so then she can properly do maintenance later down the
For the
line
most
when
part,
needed.
For the most part, design wise, it's stayed kind of the same. The tolerance has got a lot tighter. There's no more oh hey, we got sand inside of it, problems. Now it's a precise machine with tighter tolerances comes both smoother and a bit firmer action on any of the mechanisms on the inside. They do move through the mechanism as a whole smoother, but they also have a lot less give. So it's like meeting an old friend again after years. It's like some of this is familiar, but like, what do you mean you got into Pilates and an MLM? Like,
Yeah.
It's still the same gun for the most part. It's just made with like
Better.
professionally made parts and machined parts now, and not just scrap. So like it just functions more. I won't say better because surprisingly, Queena did admit that like for what you had, she probably couldn't have done much better herself. But like it just operates more consistently.
You know what?
It's always
we take those.
It's always doing its best to function the same every single time. So
she's kind of bumbling and grumbling to herself, just like quietly trying to sit off to like off to the corner, just away from the other students because she does not feel great about being called out yesterday, and she knows everyone knows now.
Yeah, you get a few apologetic looks from one of the other first year groups. Like your guys' last hour in, Team Sun shows up and Sun himself like throws you a double thumbs up.
She gives a thumbs down in response. And a frown.
Stops for a second, looks down at his own thumbs, frowns as well too, and just slowly turns them to face downwards.
Oh my gosh. You know what? It doesn't need to be a shared pain. We don't need to do that here. If he wants to, that's fine, but that's on him, not me.
Yep. He will reach into his bag, pulling his gunchucks out of the backpack. Like, no, just a basic, like off the store shelf backpack instead of like any kind of carrying case or
Oh my
anything
gosh.
formal.
I
Just in
didn't
the
even
backpack, setting them.
I didn't even realize that. That didn't register until you said no carrying case.
Yeah.
This guy is nuts.
Is it like one of those?
Just in the backpack.
It's like Transform Man, and then it's just like the shittiest plastic bag with like legally distinct Optimus Prime and like a Mecha Bulbasaur.
Yes.
It has
Fantastic.
the multiple thank yous on the bag.
It has the limited edition, lunchbox included, still clipped to the front.
Oh my gosh.
He just kind of sets the gun chucks on the table and starts rooting through the bag like aggressively. Pulls a few different random bits and bobs out. Discarded wrapper from one of the local fast food places. What looks like a kind of slightly orange tinted fire dust crystal, which he just kind of haphazardly tosses onto the table as well too. Glows kind of aggressively. Before he pulls what looks like a large ball of like saran wrap out, starts peeling it back bit by bit to expose what looks like a small, dense looking loaf of bread on the inside, which he splits in half and offers you.
Hold on. The fire dust crystal. Hang on. I would just. She falls out of her chair from seeing the fire dust lighting up. She's freaking out.
It's like it glows faintly, like already diving for cover.
Yeah.
Slowly looks up to see that the glow was just there for a second and then faded away. Before realizing, oh wait, he's offering me something.
Oh my gosh. She'll accept it, but she just points to the dust crystal and she's like, Don't do that again, please. Never.
Oh yeah, probably shouldn't leave this sitting out, huh? Just rests
No,
the
you
bag against the
shouldn't.
side of the table, scoops it back into
Oh
the
my-
bag. You hear clink against something.
Oh gosh, she's like looking like a war veteran watching film, like a film on the war they fought in right now. Like she is horrified at this, but she's like, okay, no, just be careful with it. It's yeah, it gives thumbs up. It gives 2 thumbs up. Very concerned.
He'll give you a thumbs up, matching in kind now. Just grinning.
He's
ear to
not
ear.
gonna listen. He's not gonna listen. I know he's not gonna listen, but it's we do our best.
You have acquired half of a loaf of banana bread.
You know what? That's baller. That is absolutely baller. We take those W's.
Got free banana bread at class today. Fuck yeah!
Hell yeah!
I love it.
Yeah, she's just gonna go back to her own thing, leave her just go back to her own devices because she doesn't really know how to talk with anyone now after all that mess.
Don't worry, it's only gonna get better from here, and by better I mean horribly worse. Anyways, Saren, what would you like to do with your workshop time, friend?
I think she's just going to kind of like lay out her weapon, her, her what do you call it, fruits of labor, like on a table, and then she's like looking at it for 5 minutes, like with the
unblinking, just staring.
Yes, and I think she's kind of waiting for someone to come over and help her, but like she's a little too prideful to ask.
Putting my little fingertips together in the corner.
It's not your fingertips, it's just her ears, they're just touching each other.
Yeah, somehow.
Carmine, kind of looking over at the rest of your team, Tiffany is in like in that you've seen it before, like the hyper focus mode, like the tunnel vision, and her and Queen are just talking, working through designs and working through dust round applications. They're in their own world. We'll get to what Rue's doing in a second, but Saren's staring at her sword with that kind of expression of just like expecting it to do something or expecting something to happen, but nothing is happening.
Funny. Um, she'll kind of like try to get Saren's attention just by staring, and not really like waving at her or anything that would drag attention to herself. She's just gonna keep staring at Saren, hoping that she feels her gaze on her, and if she doesn't, then it's gonna be really awkward.
Saren's head, like her ear flicks, and then she slowly turns.
She
Hello, Carmine.
uh
I hope you're
Dude.
doing well this morning.
she's about to answer that, but then she just points at the weapon and goes, do you need help?
Possibly.
For what's the problem? You're just kind of looking at it.
I am wondering. I can't even continue that sentence. I'm wondering.
She's waiting. She's
Excellent.
fully waiting for Saren to just finish that sentence. She's just staring, big eyes.
Yes. So eventually, I am.
Several seconds of unbroken silence. Continue.
She's like, I'm wondering if there's anything I need to upgrade or do better on it.
Is it fine if I take a look?
She will like take one step to the side.
It's gonna take her a moment for like maybe like a few seconds. It's like long enough to realize that she doesn't even know what like that it's like, yes, you can look. She's just kind of staring at Sarah and goes, oh, right, okay, my bad. And she will take a look. Probably offer some pointers if she knows anything that could be upgraded or like done for it, just any maintenance whatsoever. So
Go on ahead and give me a someone stat check if you'd be so kind, friend.
semblance stat check. Okay, that would be her dex. 13.
It is par for the course with any hunter-made weapon that they are natural aura conduits. They are made to be as simple as possible to conduct aura through to reinforce the weapon, but also to act as natural extensions of the person. When you rest your hand briefly on the blade sitting in front of you, Carmine, there is another sensation, one that you're not familiar with, and the one that's deeply alien and deeply twisted. What did you establish was the sensations that Carmine felt whenever she gained corruption?
Oh. Oh, that's wonderful. You know the feeling you get when you try to like it's the same as like how her aura feels. You know when you try to like grab a hot like piece of metal and sometimes it feels extremely cold at first before you realize, "Oh wait, that's burning hot." It's
Mhm.
that. It's that
Excellent.
feeling.
That sharp cold rushes up your arm briefly, and before you can process that and like reflexively let it go, you're drawn elsewhere.
No, not again.
Huh?
9-year-old
do?
Carmine. 9-year-old Carmine. Tell me about how it felt to feel blood running through your fingertips, through your hand for the first time.
Oh gosh. Um, can you repeat the question? I want to make sure I heard this correctly.
Tell me about, as 9-year-old Karma, what it felt like for the first time to have blood running through your fingertips, like over your hand.
Over her hand? Oh gosh. Okay. Um, probably. Oh, that probably would have been the incident with her rifle the first time when she tried testing it with the fire dust. But not great. It's kind of that. Oh gosh. It's very uh the only way to describe it is unnatural, I guess, because it doesn't feel right to her. It never will. It's very
Mhm.
uncomfortable. It just very much puts her like in a very uneasy state. She can't really describe it. It's just beyond her own it's beyond words for her, given she's not great with them looking at her
Surprisingly,
charisma.
surprisingly, in that brief moment, there isn't pain. Um, there is the head ringing, the thoughts jostled, the kind of dull numbness through almost every part of your body. In Vacuo, something being wet is very uncommon, especially
Yeah,
that
exactly.
wet where it's like soaked through. You're used to seeing red. I mean, your hair is red, your primary color is red, your mom is red, but this red's different. It's not a good red, and you don't know if you really like that. And that memory snaps back to you now as you kind of retract your hand from the blade, almost as if it had burned you. The kind of lingering burning sensation racing up the scars on your arm where you'd previously blown parts of skin and flesh off. Um, Aching for just a moment before that sensation fades. You're kind of left there in silence for maybe a quarter of a second before some part of the back of your mind clicks. Um, a stern warning from your own mother to never put your hands on her weapons because she makes them with specific materials, and kind of that knowledge in the back of your head that like sometimes hunters do imbue corrupted materials into their weapons in order to gain specific edges and advantages. They usually do come with some kind of downside or something else to them, but it seems to be that Saren has something like that forged into her blade.
After like yanking her hand away from it, she just slowly looks to Saren, like a little bit confused, and then concerned, and she's like, "What is this made out of?"
Steel. I don't know. Would Sarah know if it was?
Oh my god.
Miyako helped make it. You came up with the design and she walked you through it, so odds are you probably forged it yourself, but she did help make it.
Mm. So she would know if it was infused with corruption.
It's what gives it its ability to store a limited amount of corruption itself.
Oh yeah, so she'd be like steel and corruption.
That explains it. I don't think I can help any further than that. And she goes back to her own weapon, because that she cannot touch that thing without like nearly gaining a malfeasance immediately.
Mm-hmm. Sarah goes back
Funny
to
enough, it's
staring at it.
completely It's completely safe to handle for the most part.
She
It's
doesn't
just if
know
you're not
that.
prepared for it.
She
Yeah,
does not know
if
that
not
is the
prepared for it.
thing.
I think
So-
Devin would wait for if Queen ever has a break in her conversation.
Oh yeah, there'd be a natural break, but we'll get to that. I want to see what Rue wants to do with his time briefly.
Yeah.
Rue, what would you like to do with your time in the workshop, friend?
Just basic maintenance before going around and seeing about learning as much about every type of weapon he can find there. At least until Team Sun gets there.
Excellent. There's 1,000,001 weapons in the workshop of every variety and type, including a handful of transforming weapons. Honestly, like just getting a feel for different things. Are you looking to learn a specific type of weapon, or are you looking to maybe get a feel for something new, or just get experience handling things? What are you looking to do with testing different weapons?
Yeah, just getting a bit of experience with as much as possible.
Okay, super doable. Yeah, Team Sun, as I said, shows up in the last hour. Sun has a brief exchange with Carmine and offers her some bread before he starts nibbling on his own half.
Oh, is his bag still open?
Yes.
Okay, let's go over and drop Sage's phone into it.
Nah, let's keep that shit.
He needs it back eventually. He'll start wondering where it
forgot
is at
about
some
that.
point.
No, he won't. He's an idiot.
Oh, then he's gonna be. Then he's
He'll
gonna
miss
get
his
pissed
fruit
at
ninja.
Sun for stealing his phone.
Oh, he's gonna think Neptune did it. Anyways, you put it in the bag, you hear it click against something inside, and see a faint glow coming from the inside of the backpack briefly.
Oh well.
It's a bomb.
Oh, timer goes down, and the phone alarm goes off.
Son, your bag is a bomb. Yeah, I know it's the bomb. No, it's a bomb. Yeah, the bomb.
Boom.
Uh, I love it. I'm just gonna have that be a thing now, and just anytime I want to react with that, I might just roll just to see if it decides to finally fucking explode. So it is actually just a bomb now. Excellent.
The
12
poor
out of
banana
10.
bread.
Would not change. Yep. You drop you drop Sage's phone back off in Sun's backpack.
He can have fun with that.
They're man formers. God damn it, Andrew. I love it. Anyways. Yep. Anything else you wanted to work on or do with your time?
How many people are throwing away parts?
Well, the school is like probably 500 to 1,000 students, and broken parts are getting scrapped all the time. I will probably say at any given time, there's like one of those giant,
Like a giant skip bin full of
what's
parts.
the word I'm thinking? Yeah, it's like the smaller dumpsters that would be like outside of like a building that's just for that building. Not like the large ones, but like one of the kind of medium to smaller sized ones. Probably one of those that is just full of scrap parts and scrap metal.
Strategic
It's
acquisition
just easier
time.
to keep it that way. It's fantastic. Strategically translocating equipment to alternate locations.
I'm thinking something like this.
Anyways.
That.
Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, it's just one of those. There's not even a lid on it. Somebody took the lid off ages ago to make more room, and it is just full of just spare parts and like, oh hey, here's a bunch of like 16th inch metal bars that are slightly bent in the middle or like warped, but like they're still good. You know, here's high gauge steel. Here's whatever else you want. Here's some kid's failed attempt at making his greatsword into Damascus, and it like didn't merge properly. So now if you shake it real hard, all the parts just split apart into a pretty mosaic on the floor. Just things like that, all scattered throughout it. looking for anything in particular, or are you just gonna let whatever you find be whatever you find?
No, we'll just let it. Let's go gambling.
All right, roll me a d20.
Oof.
Amazing.
Oh,
Is it
found the
Carmine's old
bomb.
gun?
Oh,
no.
No,
That would be
Carmine
funny.
already
If it was
got her old
Carmine
gun.
rolling this and she rolled a 1, yeah. If it was Carmine picking through this and rolled a 1, I absolutely would have said, yeah, it's the remnants of your old gun. Or at least the old remnants of your gun. um, your hand clasps around a blade hilt, kind of dragging it up, feeling a good weight to it, a good solidness. The blade itself at one point was probably maybe short sword length, but snapped maybe about a hand span up from the hilt itself, middle of the blade. That isn't what catches your attention about it. As with a lot of materials like this, your aura kind of naturally encompasses it, making it an extension of yourself. For just a brief moment, the world kind of gains shades of color for you before it fades away. Somewhere in the core of this blade is a small amount of corrupted material. What's left of this blade, it's snapped in the middle, but
Can finally see again.
briefly. You can see in colors for a second, and then it fades.
Oh, let's take it anyways.
A broken, corrupted material blade.
Yep. Under the cloak it goes.
Fucking raccoon. Anyways. Alrighty then. Saren,
Yo.
eventually, as Tiffany's kind of working on producing her own rounds, Queena finally kind of remembers that like the rest of the class exists. Looks around, sees you just staring at your sword. Kind of comes to sit across from you. Also joins you in staring at it for a few seconds. As far as blades go, it's actually quite nice.
Hmm. I've made it myself, as most students are required to, I believe.
Mm-hmm. She reaches a hand over, takes it, and just draws it enough that she can look at the first, like 8 inches of the blade, gives an approving nod. Outside of either remaking the edge on this into something else, outside of reforging the whole blade, I can't really see anything I would change about it. Well, you could give it a dust edge, but other than that, I can't think of anything else.
Sabin
Less
will reach
corrupted
over
material on
and
this
like,
side.
oh, go ahead, continue. I'll
Oh, is it? She's just coming. It's like, and it's got corrupted material inside, so it's like it's about the best I can make it, just with it as it is right now.
Sabin will reach over and like pick up the Wakazashi part and pull it out, and it reveals that that is the dust blade.
Oh, never mind. That answers that. Well, I mean, you could probably work on improving. Does it have the gun right now, out of curiosity, built in, or is it just the blade right now?
I have not decided. That's something I probably should have asked you before. Like, is your blade
Oh,
already
you're good.
have the
That
lever gun, or if not, I don't know.
that is up to you, friend. Do you think the year 1 Saren would have already done that?
I kind of want to say no. I think she would have just started with a sword, like basic swords, her basic set of swords, and then she would probably could add it later. Which would also go into what her mother said and getting a medium range.
Well, we can look at forging something into part of the blade or the sheath itself to help you engage more ranged targets. You've definitely got the space for it, and I can get the parts machined in if you want them to, or you can do it yourself. Other than that, it's hard to improve upon the simplicity of a well-forged blade.
I like the idea of the sheath doing something more.
She nods. It is a common choice for a lot of more melee-centric students to include some form of ranged option in built into the weapon or into the sheathing. of the weapon itself. Something to give some kind of medium to extended range engagement, launch the user, launch the weapon, just shoot something. All of them are effective.
My family has techniques that we use for that. However, I'm not quite there yet, so I think that would be a good intermediate answer.
She nods. And, well, much like your family has techniques with blades, others have specialized techniques with guns. She taps the pistol holster at her side almost lovingly. Approvingly. That's about the best you're going to get out of Queena. Approvingly.
I think we could do that.
She will walk you through a few different weapon options that fit, figure out what works, what can be fit in the sheathing without, having to rebuild the whole thing, basically. Not that she wouldn't be opposed to doing that or helping you do that. It just, this is like, oh yeah, we could probably get this done in like by the end of the week. And she'll help you come up with a few designs. If you want to do it yourself, you can. You just need to take the time to do it. If you want her to help you or to do it, she's more than willing. It's kind of her job. So
I think she would ask her to help her so she could do it herself.
alrighty then. In which case, she'll schedule some time with you probably later on tonight. So if you want to swing by at 7 tonight, she will set aside a couple hours and help you work through it, help you come up with designs and start machining parts.
Excellent. Would
Or
Queen
forging
love
them
me
if you
if
want to
I
go
were
that route.
done? Damn.
Wrong question. Quinta doesn't love anything.
Would you
I'm
like me
sorry.
more
That's
if I
rude,
was a
Quinta. She
gun?
does love things. Yes.
Well, depends on what kind of gun, I guess.
A Tiffany gun.
True. Well, I mean, yeah. Every gun has its uses. Some of those uses are display pieces or testaments to why you don't do certain thing, but anyways. You guys take your time in workshop, working on your different projects, working on different things, getting used to new equipment, gear, weaponry. I will ask it this time, but then from now on, I'm not going to ask it anymore. I would just leave it up to you guys to decide if you're doing it or not. At personal cost to you guys, would you like to refine any dust while you're here or work on dust rounds? I already gave you a few as part of like your learning experience, Tiffany, but you can work on more or anything of that nature.
I'm right for now. I got some other stuff that I want to tee up. We're gonna have some more free time to do stuff later, so I can always come in and do that. But for now, it's I'm Gucci.
All right. All right. Carmine, you got anything you want to work on to that end?
I think we're chilling because we also do got free time later. So, thumbs up.
All right. Saren, unfortunately, you don't have a firearm at the minute, so it's if you just want to refine any dust. Not something you have to do right now. It's just I'm asking.
Oh yeah, probably later for her blade, for her dust blade.
Sure. Brew.
I'm broke.
Fair. Yeah, that's right.
Tiffany's not.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not. I've told you I will pay for things.
That's fine.
Oh my god.
I'll just steal it later.
Love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You're gonna steal it.
So anytime from now on, you guys have workshop. You guys can produce some dust if you've got, if you want to take the time to do it. I'm not going to ask you for it. You just decide if you want to do that. There
Okay.
will be, for normal quality dust, there aren't rolls involved. It's pretty reliable to do that. If you want to get higher quality dust, or like do the upgrades on your
Gamble.
weapons,
Let's go
rolls
gambling.
will be involved in that.
Mhm.
But this is one of those things I'm putting more in your guys' hands to do. You guys are going to have to be the ones to take the time to do that. I'm not going to remind you about it every time. If there's something special going on, or, oh, hey, you know, one of your other groups is working on things, and you can join in with them and maybe get a little bit more out of it that way. I'll do my best to remember to make that clear, but this is one of those things that I'm putting more in your guys' hands. Anytime you guys have workshop time, you can work on upgrading any of your equipment, making new things, refining dust. Like this is the time to do that, and this is the area to do that in. It has all the equipment you need to do it here. So it's in your guys' hands from now on. I just want to make that clear to everybody. So
Coolness.
I asked you this time. I probably won't anymore. With that, you guys have finance and business.
Yeah. We do.
Tiffany's favorite class.
Yeah, it is.
You know, Carmine's a responsible student, but when it comes to checking what classes they were taking, that's the part that she wasn't responsible on. So she's checking this calendar, and then she's slowly looking at Tiffany.
Tiffany's already got
Bruh.
like all the textbooks out, everything pre-noted and everything.
A very slow blink.
Yeah. This was so obviously in Mistral, the team leader picked the schedules completely blind. This was the one really selfish class that she couldn't help herself from picking. Thumbs up.
Hey, you know what? Let her be happy.
What's your happy place, Tiffany? Behind a
Uh.
desk doing paperwork. Huh?
Yep.
What do you mean by that?
This Atlesian Nepo babies these days. I hate them. I kick a rock on my way to the class.
Speaking of stepping into the classroom, you'd swear for a second you just stepped into the halls of Atlas Academy.
Ah!
The warm kind of grays and browns give way to the more rustic, deeper gunmetal stonework, the pure white accents, the deep, rich, dark mahogany. Tiffany, it's like being back home.
Yay!
Every space is meticulously decorated with busts of different famous people and rows of neatly kept alphabetized bookshelves that are categorized properly. They have little like brass plates under each shelf that kind of dictates what's on each shelf by letter. Behind the floor to almost floor to ceiling, it's one of the ultra large, like there's got a rolling ladder attached to it, blackboards. On either side of it are large projected screens that are showing the same information that Tiffany's used to seeing. The business exchange, the open trades, the business inquirer news front page, just a slightly larger scale because the screens are a bit bigger, but it's more or less almost the exact same setup Tiffany has in her room at her desk. Scrolling across that. The only thing that stands out is in the far front left corner of the room are two desks that have been turned into kind of a natural spacing to turn that corner of the room into more of a personalized space. Wherever the window was in that part of the wall is no longer visible, as set in its place is a large stone oven that is currently burning away happily. The smoke's venting out through the window space, but you can't really see that. The teacher that is standing there is a tall, tan man, a pair of bat wings neatly tucked behind his back, wearing a currently just a white t-shirt, nice pants that look like they're part of a suit. The suit jacket is leaning over the chair nearby. He is kind of softly singing a song to himself in high blood Elysian, which to my knowledge, presently only one of you understands. It's the German equivalent. Yes, I made Atlas Noble speak German. No, I will not elaborate. I love it. As he seems to be in the middle of what looks like, judging by the long wooden paddle, kind of flipping around something inside, and the rounded object in question inside the oven being moved around in the middle of cooking himself a pizza, waiting for all the rest of the students to show up in class to get ready to start. You guys are lucky that this is another one of your only other classes that Team Sun does not share with you, so they will not
Thank
be joining you.
fuck!
Oh, thank God.
I was so.
That's my besties. Why are you guys so mean to them? They might ride or die.
I think they're just going to die.
Oh man. Oh, okay, man.
Sorry, that was the inside voice leaking out.
Yeah, no kidding, bitch.
Bean Toast strikes again.
Oh my god.
Instead, sitting at the front of the class is the current, as of this week, the ratings update weekly. As of this week, the current rank 1 team in the school for first years, Team Ordinal, led by Orion, sitting all the way up front. Small little Orion himself is barely noticeable. His head barely peeks up above the desk line itself, as he's hunched over it, mumbling to himself and desperately like trying to scribble some of the notes rolling on like the front pages of the news in a large notebook for himself. Information that is honestly kind of wasted, given
Bro,
that,
his shit updates so
given the rest
fast.
of his team. It does. The rest of his team sitting beside him. Blair, the looks more Elysian than Tiffany somehow. Well, looks more militant than Tiffany does. Both are very clearly Elysian in the way they carry themselves and how they talk. The rank 1 combat student in Orion, the rank 1 written academic student in Blair, watching the screen go by himself, with his scroll open, occasionally tapping on it. To Tiffany's trained eye, Blair's watching the index trade happen in real time and is currently trading on it. Clearly somebody that knows what he's doing when it comes to handling money.
You're putting money on the
next to
SDC?
him. Yes, he is. That's the smart choice.
Kill him.
I
I don't care if it's the smart choice. It's not the morally correct choice.
This is true. Jupiter is the tallest of the 4, leaning back, has a pencil resting on his lip and under his nose, and is like staring straight up and like trying to balance the pencil there. Hands crossed behind his head, foot propped up on the desk. No concern in the world for doing anything. And little Lav, thank you, Touche, for art of Lav. We have art of Orion and we have art of Lav. Touche, if you'd be so kind as to share those in session, no Mike, when you get a second. Sitting also beside that with her backpack as tall as she is, open, rifling through it, pulling out additional pencils, and judging by the looks of it, she's got like 2 extra copies of all the textbooks. And I mean all of them, not just for this class. Kind of packed inside in a few Tupperware totes of snacks and other things like that. Only other team of immediate note for you guys. You guys are here early-ish.
I'm gonna go
You
up.
get to pick your seating, more or less.
I'll pick my seat later. I'm gonna go chat with the teacher. He's my friend.
Oh gosh, Nepo baby.
You're damn fucking straight.
Yeah, I do
Noir
like men. Sorry, go on.
Vetus Noir is a shipping mogul, owns the single largest warehousing and shipping company on the planet, our version of Amazon, yay. But he doesn't run it like an asshole. He's also the first Faunus in recorded history to ever become a billionaire. Fabulously wealthy man, great PR, raises money for Faunus rights, and for all sorts of different things. Goes up to Atlas on occasion to actually actively join in protesting SDC actions, and was even arrested at one point like a decade ago for joining in quote unquote terroristic activities. It was just a bunch of people that broke into the old SDC mine that was still functional at the time to let out the miners that had been locked inside during a mine collapse, and to come like start digging them out, because the SDC wasn't going to fucking do anything about it. They just written it off as a loss. So anyways, well-known activist, well-known wealthy man. Tiffany, you approach where he has things set up. He sets the paddle down, kind of turns to look at the rest of the class briefly, notices you there, and flashes you a grin.
I made sure to make sure that you're on my roster. I feel like it'd be a waste to not have you here within reach and not take you up on your academic studies.
While I am flattered, however, I'm actually quite happy to see you here for different reasons, Miss Glass. I do believe the last time we met in person, you were a third of the height you are now. Your
Sharon's
father
gonna
is a very
whisper
good
to
man and a very shrewd businessman. Continue.
Sharon's gonna whisper to Carmine, like, "Can you imagine Tiffany as a baby?"
I can't. She probably came out doing taxes.
Unfortunately, Cappy's muted, so I don't think she can respond.
Oh, damn.
Hopefully she can still hear us.
Baby
can still
Tiffany.
hear.
Baby Tiffany is just
Um,
TB Tiffany.
She just kind of like she was looking at you said there was like this screen showing like the news or whatever for like the
Yeah.
she
It's
was
all like the actively updating business news.
oh gosh, yeah, she was definitely looking at that for a brief second and then looks like at Sarah and goes, she was a baby at one point.
I guess so.
Huh.
I missed you.
I don't-
You guys go first. I'm not gonna be able to focus.
I
I
don't
know.
I don't think I could ever picture her being small and cute
Mhm.
and not looking like. And then she looks at Tiffany, looks like at Sarah, and then does like her best, like just scowls at Saren and like mockery of Tiffany, and goes, you know.
She's standing like an Elysian as well, hands behind the back, nice and tall,
Oh my
proper
gosh,
posture.
she's like, and she just looks at Saren, and she's like, can she at least have like a bit of personality when standing? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
That's it.
What's Ruth's thoughts on this while we're at it? Fuck me, I guess.
Anyway, carry on.
Okay, give me a second. I just missed you when I was arriving in town. You were leaving the downtown fauna supply district. I wanted to try and catch up to you, but obviously you had places to be. And she kind of gestures around this and then looks to the pizza and things to eat.
He pulls out the finished pizza. Pizza's not wholly an Elysian thing, but what he does is he takes this pizza, which is remarkably thick in its crust, cuts it not into 8 slices or 16, cuts it into 6, and proceeds to fold it the way that they do down in Mantle. Mantle style. Yes, Mantle style is New York style. No, I will not take any input in on that unless you have input. I'll take it. But I love it. Anyways, before he offers you a slice, if you would wish it, it is gonna be like 2 cheese, 3 meat. It's probably gonna be sausage, bacon, pepperoni.
She
with,
kind of
like,
looks
2
at
different
it.
types of cheeses.
No, thank you. I don't think she's
Shrugs
ever
himself,
eaten a
takes a
pizza
bite
in
of
her
it.
life.
She's just here in the background. Boo.
Kind of looks at it, hides disgust because it's like, that looks like it would kill me.
I can feel my arteries clogging. Anyways,
Know how many Carmines you could feed with
you're
that?
missing out.
At least one.
At least 4. True. Anyways,
I have no time for whimsy. I'm too busy trading stocks. Have you seen American Psycho by any chance? I don't have time for movies. I'm too busy trading stocks.
Well, you're missing
They mock
out.
me
And
for always
yes,
trading stocks.
I did also wish to have the opportunity to speak with you at length, but unfortunately, the world never sleeps, and neither should those of us making money. So they say.
Yes, no doubt you would have heard the recent events, and I assume we're going to be talking about that today. One of your students is already trading in SDC stocks at the moment. Not me, obviously.
I mean, it is the... Oh, I respect that. It is, as far as money is concerned, the smartest choice. And not every part of the way that the SDC does things is as corrupt as others. As a matter of fact, their bioremedial division, the one that works hand in hand with Casilla Bionics, is fantastic people. People who actually care about helping others.
Unfortunately, a corpse rots from the head.
Well, were we in different company or different places, I would be remiss not to offer some witty comment to that, but unfortunately I can only all but agree here. As far as covering ongoing events, for the first class, that won't be my main focus. I must rather admit for you and for Blair and a few others, today's class might be rather banal. But covering the basics of understanding both financials and larger scale business and its functions is something that is essential for the class and something that a majority of these students here, well, haven't experienced. So convincing them why it's important and why it needs to be learned on top of actually teaching them that is going to be step 1 for today.
Very good, sir. I look forward to learning from you, but having a more hands-on capacity. She'll just walk past the others and just get her stuff and sit down.
Speaking of Castillo Bionics, Carmine, a familiar
People.
face pops up on the this news site is actively updating in damn near real time. It's only delays the time it takes for them to assemble the article to put up. As of 15 minutes ago at Elysian time, Castillo Bionics announces their new 6th generation tech line. The front page, oh my, the front page picture is of Sterling in his formal business attire with Maury standing next to him, Lily, kind of arm in arm, both of them smiling formally for the cameras and motioning to a what looks like a prosthetic arm inside of a large case. The article just talking about the announcements in the wake of the new kind of pseudo merger that SDC and Casilla Bionics have going on, as they're both working in providing Atlas with its needs both in the defense sector, but also to a degree in the civilian sector. Actually, both are actively providing for the defense and the civilian sector. Whatever the rest of the article says isn't really as important. It's just, for that moment, seeing the face of your father.
Yeah. She's probably getting a little bit lost in thought, just staring at that article. Not really processing whatever's going on around here.
You come back to find a different set of eyes kind of locked with yours, leaning in slowly, having come to stand in front of you in the brief intermission of you kind of staring at the screen. Jupiter is tall, he's blonde, he smiles ear to ear way too often. Doesn't look like there's a lot going on behind the eyes all that often, but there is something kind of strangely insightful about the way he's like locking eyes with you, slowly leaning forward, hand at his chin, kind of scratching at it almost in
He's
contemplation.
leaning back. Can I help you?
You just looked like you were staring at something you knew, or like you were lost in memory.
That's a little bit of a little too specific of a read, but no, not really. Just
I would like
curious
for you
about
to
the
roll me
class.
deception.
Please roll high. Let's go, Carmine. Come on, you can do this.
Oh,
5,
no.
my goat.
Oh
That's a
god,
5.
hold on.
No.
Was it an 8?
Oh my god, that was a 7.
Oh!
Damn.
He squints at you slowly. What is it with everybody and like hiding things that are important? Because like I don't know, it makes just more sense to be open and talk about it. You don't have to carry all those painful feelings and all that ick.
Important? I don't. What are you trying to imply? I don't think there's much that's important with like anything involving this classroom. I mean, it's not even a required course, you know. My team leader picked this. I don't want to be here.
I feel like Sarah's staring at this guy like,
Who are you?
leave my teammate alone.
She is very evidently she is nervous. It doesn't even take her team to understand how like much she's kind of like merely squirming underneath this dude's gaze, because like she is fidgeting with her hands a lot right now and like unable to maintain any form of eye contact.
Excellent. The mention of this being like a not required class, Jupiter's whole face changes to like brighten up immediately. He's like, I know, it's so stupid.
Did you say that in front of more?
He knows
Yes.
it's an
Yes,
unrequired
he
class.
And
did.
Tiffany?
I know it's an
Uh-oh.
unrequired
Yeah.
class.
I mean, Sarah just like her epiphany of the day is like, money's important, don't you know?
I mean, it's if you
yeah,
don't-
but like we're hunters. We get paid to like help people anyways, and if we're out helping people, like not only are we saving more lives, but we're making more money. Like that's the only business I should care about.
Have you ever heard about fauna's rights?
that makes her ears pin back a little bit and just kind of give a mean look to Tiffany.
Have you heard about Fauna
Jupiter nods. Jupiter nods. Yeah, actually, I've actually even been to Menagerie before.
So, with what hopefully I think we'll be going over this class is that yes, we get paid money, but we also should know where our money goes. The people that we help, the people that we fund, the people that we buy things from. It's more than just we get money. It's where it goes, who we give it to, and the correct things to do with it. We could burn through all of our money. I think it was told that we were expected to go through several thousand for missions alone. So if we're not smart with our money, if we don't end up dead by the time that we're 30, we'll end up broke. So yes, this isn't a
Well, I
required
mean-
class.
I'm already broke, so
Yeah, and we're going to make sure that you're not. She sounds like, I guess when she says that, like it's classist.
Oh,
The entire
Carmine
time-
is not. She is not
The
feeling
entire
this.
time. I love it. The entire time Jupiter has been talking to you guys, his teammate Blair has been looking back and forth in between Jupiter and Orion. Jupiter and Orion, slowly between each time staring at Orion more intensely, who like slowly withers under Blair's gaze before Blair clears his throat and very, very firmly elbows Orion's side, causing the poor little wolf boy to yelp slightly as he kind of looks up. Jupiter, you should probably sit down. Oh, yep, sorry, being rude. Anyways, nice to meet you. I'm Jupiter. Offers out a hand to you, Carmine.
It takes her like a solid couple of seconds to process that, but she gives a. She's not one for a firm handshake. It is very much like the limp, like fish out of water kind of grip. It is not firm at all.
Kind of takes your hand, looks down at it for a second, holds you by one finger, kind of wiggles your hand side to side, woo, and just smiles at you before he goes and sits down.
Oh my god. She's
Blair's arms across, just foot tapping as he watches Jupiter come sit down. Still not relaxing, but at least no more foot tapping once he does. Continue.
she's sweating bullets. She's gonna find a seat. Just anywhere.
I hope Orion made it to class on time the other day.
Haha, no, but
Damn.
he tried his best. That's what matters. You guys get to sit down. Class gets to start. Noir walks you guys through the basics of business. Kind of hits home on why learning how to use money properly is important, especially for hunters. You guys are bastions of society. There isn't a single person when they're in trouble, when something that goes wrong, that doesn't silently beg for a hunter to come save them. The impact that you have as a person cannot be understated. Your choices, the things that you do, the people that you sponsor, the investments that you make matter. Some of the most influential people in the world are retired hunters or still active hunters in the field whose buying power and whose decision making capacity are trusted so intrinsically that without even knowing the person and just hearing what they have to say on, talk shows and things like that, thousands of people, tens of thousands of people will blindly follow their advice, follow their spending habits, go out and buy the newest, model fashion whenever their favorite hunter puts it on. Like, hunters do innately, especially the more successful they become, do become celebrities for different reasons. And that's why it's important to know not only how to help others, but also how to lead by example and how to, spend your money wisely. And he's actually going to take an example from your guys' team. If right now, Saren, you were to enter into an agreement, a defense agreement with, using another example, of people around the class. Let's say you enter into a contract, not even a defense agreement, just a contract with Diamonds from Dust. Your own teammate right beside you. What do you think that would do both to Mistral and to Atlas?
Sharon has to think about it for a second. I guess it would put me at ends with other Atlassian companies.
Oh, for certain. But if you, the firstborn daughter of the current empress and a breaker and a huntress in the making, somebody with influence, somebody with standing were to make that kind of deal, it would say a lot about the company that you're making it with, for one. He's like, I'm going to point out the obvious here. I'm going to be a little blunt. You're a faunus, a notable one and a famous one at that. You're, when it comes to the normal person, you are a household name, especially here in Mistral. And even across the world, people know, oh, hey, the Empress of Mistral. Oh, hey, Saren Fujiwara. Your birth was kind of significant.
The first time
You
she's
would
hearing this, by
shift.
the way. And she's looking at I'm like, I'm significant. Anyway, go ahead.
Your interest in an Elysian company would shift things drastically and likely would result in Diamonds from Dust escalating into, well, for starters, their stock's going up because it's immediate interest. Anybody who's interested in you, in supporting you in whatever reason, whether that be selfishly or impartially, are going to take interest in that company. Atlas is going to take interest and reach out and try to do recruiting and things like that. But it would show that you have an interest on the international scale, which is, kind of a big thing as the heir, the heir to the throne, that you might take more of an active international and active political stance. Now imagine if you do that 5 years from now after you graduated and establish yourself, you with your team, after you've saved lives, after you're already making news. The difference would be immediate. Every single hunter related entity is now going to be looking to invest in opportunities, invest in actions. The attention actually might negatively impact Diamonds from Dust as they come under sharper scrutiny, and now they have to deal with a larger workload and more attention. Which is why, not only making business decisions are important, but knowing how to do it. Keeping the same example, what if he'll use motions to you, Carmine? What if your teammate, your known teammate, was caught out gambling and just spent every bit of money that you had, that she had, and went into debt? Not saying that you will, just a particularly frequent example that I run into. What do you think that would do for you and your image and your team's image and faith in your decision-making capacity? As hunters, we naturally have the spotlight on us. Yes.
I think it would deter a lot of people who were previously supporting of her and us, anyone associated with her.
The money that people will be putting into the company or supporting of us is being seen as possibly being gambled away. Do we really care about the people that support us if we're going to be seen out gambling?
He nods. And one last question directed personally at you, Tiffany, that I think I would like your input in on. What do you think it looks like if a established huntress, someone who is capable, intelligent, has connections to other big names such as the Fujiwaras and others, decides to ignore even ignore the entirety of the single largest trading company in the entirety of Atlas that employs nearly 80% of its population? What do you think it looks like to anybody who finds out that you are not investing into the SDC, even if it's only in specific parts of it? What do you think that looks like for your father, for your company and its future?
Depends on how informed they are. To the general public, we could be seen as stubborn, not choosing to fall in line, not choosing to follow the so-called global leader in technologies, dust, refinement, and distribution. However, I am more plugged in, sticking to our guns, sticking to our own morals, but at the end of the day, how many people can do that? Money changes people. I think the bigger
It
question
does.
is the general public's perception of the SDC. The eldest daughter has renounced her name and is currently serving in the active military. The middle child has ran away and is currently attending Huntsmen Academy in Vale on a completely different continent, which leaves only the youngest. Someone that, from
Who
my
is seen as arrogant
immature,
and foolish.
the man who has backdoored his way into power. A lot of secrets are being kept within Atlas.
Hmm.
So to answer your question,
And that,
we are seen as foolish. Well, we know more than what the
Indeed.
general public is, and I think that's going to be the aim of this class, is to remain informed.
exactly, and to know when to make those informed decisions, how to gain that information. The last thing I'll leave you all with is a important thing to consider. Tiffany herself mentioned it at the start of this class. Part of the ebony problem, or the ebony solution, Miss Ebony Knights is responsible for calculating many, many fantastic things. Everything she touches is improved in its own capacity, but she's also been quite responsible for some rather grim statistics and math that we've had to swallow as a painful truth. Those numbers tell us a handful of things. One, that 1 in 4 students won't make it through the academy, whether that be through death in the field or washing out. And that's of those of you who have made it this far already. The second thing it tells us is that on average, again, there are exceptions to every rule, but on average, none of you are going to be staying in the field longer than 10 years. You're either going to die or you're going to retire. Personally, between the two, I think we all know the choice we'd rather have. Knowing what to do with yourself, how to keep yourself supported, even whenever you're not doing work, because it is well paying work, is important. I took the money that I made as a hunter and I invested it. And I became the world's first faunus billionaire. I became one of only 4 billionaires currently active. The SDC was founded by a man who was a hunter himself and became the single biggest name in the world when it founded, because of a kind, gentle man who carried himself with the kind of pride and the kind of posturing and the kind of bearing that a hunter should. But he was also a shrewd businessman, a ruthless negotiator. When it came to dealing with those who had money, he would undercut, and he bartered and brokered and earned the best deal he could for his own people and for as many people as possible. But he was not opposed to aggressive business practices. Nicholas Schnee was a absolutely mythical man that I would never ever want to be standing across the table from in a business negotiation. That's why this class is important. Every class we offer here has its important for one reason or another. This one is concerning your future. Those of you who don't have money now, I'm going to teach you how to make it. By the end of this year, the hope is that every single one of you has some form of passive income, even if it's not the most, but it's enough to hopefully get you by, that if you had to step out of this class, if you got injured and could no longer work as a hunter in training, that you could still survive. That is my end goal in this first year. To that end, I ask a question of you all, and you can answer it as you see fit. What is the single most important thing in trading, in business, in handling money overall? What do you think is the most important thing? We'll start with you, Rue, because he's going to go around the class and just kind of collect random answers from people. So, what do you think, Rue? What do you think is the most important thing in trading, in business, in handling money?
Information.
He nods slowly. Pragmatic answer. Tiffany.
I was also going to say information. If that answer's being taken, I'd go timing.
Also critical. Carmine, do you have an answer?
What was the question? Sorry, my mom walked into my room.
You're good. What is the, in your opinion, what is the most important thing in business, in trading, and handling money? What is the most important thing to have or to
Discipline,
know? Yeah,
self-discipline.
that's yeah. Oh yeah, he will agree with that wholeheartedly. Saren?
I don't
Tori?
know. No, I'm here. I just
You're good.
have been trying to think of an answer for 5 minutes and I couldn't think of one.
You're good. You're fine. Sometimes the answer is I don't know, and that's fine. That's what we're here to learn. The rest of your team nailed it pretty dead on. More than anything, knowledge, information, knowing when, where, and how to act on things, knowing what to do, when to do it, how to do it. If you're willing to be unethical, you can make a lot of money, but to do it the right way, to do it the way that thus far you've seen that all of you have an invested interest in doing it, it's a tough path, but one that if you are well informed, if you know how to do things, if you know the right people, have the right timing, which again is part of information itself, is absolutely doable. Anybody in this room with the right information is capable of becoming the next billionaire. That is what he will leave you guys with for the time being. He'll go over there kind of what the contents of the class are going to be, give you guys the schedule and the outline, because at the end of the day, you're all hunters, and there will be times where you won't be able to attend class doing missions and things like that. So here's when the critical things are happening, and here's when the rest of the time is, while he would appreciate you being in class, he also knows that this is again an elective class, and well, you guys are also learning how to save lives, so you guys can take note of that, and he will leave you. He's a fan of going and getting lunch in town, so he's going to leave you guys the last half an hour to yourselves. Not half an hour; it'd be 15 minutes. No, it'd be half an hour. Yeah, it's a 2-hour brick for you guys. He'll leave you guys the last half hour. Do some studying if you want to. Head out early. Go to lunch. Time's yours. He's going into town for food.
I'll spend
So,
it doing some
you
studying.
guys have an early lunch? Hell yeah.
Completely oblivious.
Put another progress. Put another progress to whatever it is you see fit to work on.
Where did I
Carmine,
put it?
give it a little extra time. What would you like to do?
I continue our studies with our little plant
Survival.
dust thingy. So yeah, what?
Hell yeah.
Survival.
Another
Oh.
progress towards that. Excellent. Saren, got anything you want to work on? It's nice when the teacher gives you guys free time.
Um, I think she's hungry. She wants food. No more talking. No more words.
Sarah and I head out for an early lunch. Rue, anything you'd like to do?
Let's just study.
All right. Anything in particular?
Same as before.
Alrighty then. Marks of progress. With that, you guys get to enjoy the little bit of free time that this offers you, and then you have lunch. Sarah went out for lunch early. She was a lot of business words, a lot of terms.
Mm.
You guys get to sit down, eat whatever meal you feel like eating. Enjoy your hour to yourselves as you see fit. Before heading on to your afternoon class or on semblance development.
Oh, can we just not?
What's wrong, Carmine? Don't you want to develop your aura and semblance?
She aura
Yeah.
farms enough.
Come on, Carmine.
Yeah, Carmine.
No way. She's
Isn't that that kid that was like yelling at one of the teachers?
Oh my gosh! No, Carmine's looking down at the
Yes,
schedule.
yes, that
and
is being mumbled at the.
Oh
yes, it's being
no!
mumbled at lunch. Continue.
She's looking at her schedule, but hearing that, she like slowly pulls her hood up over her head, and then like starts looking even closer at the schedule, just holding it closer to her face. She doesn't need this. She doesn't need to claim that energy.
The big high ears.
I think
Yeah,
everything.
upon-
Personally, I think everything's going fine. I say, walking away.
Upon realizing the semblance and aura development, she's going like, "Oh my gosh, this is just not my day."
What a week. Carmine, it's only
She-
Wednesday.
She's looking really depressed at her fruit salad because she's a fruity girly.
Is
Yep. As you're staring forlornly at that and like debating even just picking at it to begin with, there's a thump as somebody sits directly at the table across from you, Carmine. You slowly look up to see Kaori,
oh, okay, that's
resting
good.
her chin on her hand, staring at you, reaching across the table to pluck a little bit of fruit out of your bowl. So I heard you got in a fight with one of the teachers.
Not
Respect.
not necessarily. Well, it wasn't. Sure, whatever makes you happy.
Well, I mean, was it a fight?
I mean, I don't know. A little bit of bickering, maybe. I don't think it was that bad. She's totally
people are
lying
talking
to
about it.
herself.
People are
Yeah,
talking
that's-
about it. Apparently, you guys were yelling at each other.
Yeah. No, we don't need to stay on this subject. It's not the most productive thing we could be talking about or doing.
Oh, seems pretty productive to me. So, what were you arguing about?
She's just glancing over at her team, but she looks back because she knows that she's gonna get bullied if she tries to worm her way out of this one. So
Is it a
She-
look for help or look as in I'm fucked?
both.
Both.
Kyrie, I wanted
Yes.
to have a chat with you about something else. That's actually rather important.
All right. I can pry more about information later, especially because apparently they heard you guys across the hall. She gives you a wink, Carmine, before turning her attention to you, Tiffany.
Oh, great.
Miss Nova has told us that when we go into our own little jaunt into the high-rise abyss, our entry point will be roughly 1,000 feet away from where we need to get, and that 1,000 feet is a large gap. How do you suggest we go about covering that gap?
Cowrie nods. Yeah, high rise is interesting. Inverted skyscraper and all that. Don't let it fool you. It's the most stable of the abyss, but it's still an abyss at the end of the day. Normally Eowyn helps get us up there. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. There are two ways to go about an abyss, reasonably speaking. You could do it fast, or you could do it right. Both have their merits. The longer you're in abyss, the worse things tend to get, the more corruption you build up. It's, the longer you're in, the more resources you drain, it's more taxing, more time, more possibility of who knows what, of the space changing around you, of all of that. So if you go fast, you might miss things, or you might be kind of put into rough situations at times, but you get it done quicker, you get through it faster, you get to trying to take on the Eben, or at least identify where the hell the thing's at faster, which that's just Lucille, but she'll be in there while you guys are there, but you won't. She's pretty easy to find. The problem is dealing with her.
That's the bear that hangs
Shakes
around
her
one of
head.
the teachers, isn't it?
The wolf, yeah.
Close
Yeah,
enough.
I'm not surprised you mistake it for a bear. It's a yeah.
I
You
genuinely
should see
thought
her
it
in
was an
there.
Ursa.
You think she's bad now? No, it's a alpha
Yeah.
alpha pale wolf. And it is bear sized. So, yeah, you think she's bad now? And wait till you actually see her in there. It's so much worse whenever they're actually in their abyssal shell. You could do it fast, or you could do it right. If you want to do it right, grappling lines, airs, ladders. I mean, you're gonna need a way to cover the verticality. It's straight up is where you have to go. You want to do it fast. Gravity dust and aura amplification. I mean, as long as you got somebody with some rope or some other way to yank the rest of you across, or if you think you can do it, launch all yourselves at once. It'll do it fast. It'll get you there for sure, but it won't give you a way back if you need to retreat. You'll be stuck only with what you can carry, without having to backtrack and go all the way back and figure out a way back across that gap. Like, you can do it faster, you could do it right. I say right. You could do it faster, you could do it slow. That's really what it comes down to. So, high rise is deceptive. It seems straightforward, it seems simple, it seems more stable than it really is. It hides itself very well. And it has a lot of ranged grim. I mean, almost everything in there's got some kind of ranged option in their arsenal. So she shrugs, do with that what you will.
Nod. A giant grappling
Though
gun.
I did just check our schedule, and I did talk to Miss Nova. We'll be actually acting as your guys, like your team chaperone while you guys are there, so we'll be there with you. We can't help you unless you guys get fucked. So
You're there to
we're
step
really
in
just kinda
if
there to make sure-
required.
Yeah, give you guys the information and the tools you need, but to kind of let you figure it out yourselves. So
No, that makes sense. I was planning on calling you anyway when we had our break. After Semblance and Aura Development to get your opinion on this, so it's good that
Hearing
you've
that
come
class, she's shrinking.
here now. You could just leave while I'm distracting her. You just slide out
hearing
under the
class
table.
name, she's eating. She's eating. She gotta eat.
Just slide under the table. Just slip slowly
slide under
along the
table and
floor.
eat. Cowrie wears almost the exact same way Carmine does at the mention of the class, kind of shuddering to herself faintly. Have fun with that.
Owned, I
Is it
guess.
bad?
Oh no, I'm just really bad at controlling my semblance.
Oh,
As she says that, she uses the spoon that she was stealing some fruit from you with and bites down, and you hear the crunch, and she kind of sighs, reaches into her mouth and plucks the now crumpled and snapped off head of the spoon out of her mouth and just kind of tosses it on the table, sighing to herself before she reaches into her pocket and pulls out another spoon.
Gross.
oh. A
Ugh.
violently disturbed look on her face, but she's no better as she goes to try to get a piece of fruit from her own bowl. The fork shoots out of her
Roll
hand.
me a semblance stat check. Yep, roll me a semblance stat check.
Let's see how far this goes. It's a 12.
I am dodging this spoon like a boss. Again.
Saren leans back. You hear 1, 2, 3 clatters against the table down the way. A couple people turn to watch. Hearing the noise approaching at the far end of the table, Neptune kind of slowly looks over, sees the fork flying at him, like immediately ducks his head out of the way, and you hear the meaty thwack as it catches Scarlet in the back of the head and sends him splattering to the floor.
Got him.
Points to Gryffindor.
She looks horrified at this.
I will
Neptune
just
avoided it. Scarlet ate shit.
I'll just try and keep our friend chatting to like hopefully stop them from prying into Carmine. I do have
You'd be like,
I just turned Carmine invisible.
damn it, we missed him. Missed the target.
You
We'll
can
get
if
him
you
next
want
time.
to.
Yeah, let's just let Carmine go and stay invisible and finish eating.
yeah, because I
It's just floating pieces of fruit.
They
and
just
they're
vanish.
disappearing into the air.
yeah, I do have this skill from my background, so I'm like actually kind of skilled at keeping people talking. Because this is important stuff, and they are duty bound to make sure that we don't explode.
You start picking her brain, and she almost immediately starts kind of like, to a degree, like excitedly talking about the different abyss of Mistral. Key opportunity to possibly sneak some information about any one of them in particular. So I will give you your choice of which one of them you kind of want to like, because maintaining this act is a conscious thing, and she's going through information quickly because she's kind of info dumping on you. So I'll give you your choice of any one of the abyss to kind of get a little bit more of information on.
I think the one that would like the high rise is the most commonly like known / explored one. The next most famous one would be the Sakura one, wouldn't it? With the
Yep.
with the Ronin dude.
Yep, the Dreadwood Ronin. Yep.
Yeah, because it's either that one or like the one that makes me really sad to think about, and that's the underground one.
Rembrandt Arcology.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one. Well, because I feel
don't
like
even know if Carmine knows how to swim. So
yeah, I also feel like
She doesn't.
with that one, like knowing, like obviously they don't know how to kill the Ebon properly, but like knowing the Ebon is something to like set her off down another path, to kind of like buy more time, so fruit gets eaten.
At least bringing up the Sakura abyss, she sighs and lets her head fall to the table, kind of roughly enough to make the whole table shake, grumbling to herself about that stupid Ronin showing up and ruining their last mission. The last 2 abyss clears they got approved for took them over a week, and both of them were interrupted by that motherfucker sending the entire team and their extra hands running. They even had a shell surge and had to employ the school for extra hands to handle it, which basically docked them points on the mission. They barely passed the first one by like 5 points, but they didn't do quite as well in the second one, and they didn't actually succeed in their primary objective. before that happened, so they were docked enough points that like even if they did succeed it, they wouldn't have passed. So they just kind of called it there and handed the mission off to a different team. So
Did-
they have to repeat a abyssal clear because of that thing, and they almost failed the first one.
And then she'll kind of go off like, did any of them suffer malfeasances? Where to go at the school to get them treated? If any of them have ever suffered one, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
so she's
kinda
kind
weak
of
as a
like
dude.
leading the conversation, but still keeping it around kind of like the stuff that they have to do.
Mm.
She's eating
I
avocado
just think
toast.
she's being a nerd.
She is being a nerd.
She doesn't even think that it's like, wow, Tiffany's being so nice right now. She's like, man, this bitch
I
is
fucking
a
hate this
nerd."
bitch. Fuck this pasty
I
white,
love it.
blue head, stick in the mud,
Blue hair
iron rod.
pronouns!
Blue hair has
Amnesian!
pronouns. She's thinking of a new slur just for Tiffany.
She is
Yep.
like silently grateful for like Rue making her invisible, and then like a little bit grateful towards Tiffany just yapping so much. She has no idea whether or not it's an act of kindness, so therefore it's just immediate spite.
You're grateful for that quarter of a moment, and then you proceed to stab yourself in the eye by accident because you can't actually see where your hand's at.
Oh,
You're not as trained as Rue as being able to navigate while invisible.
you hear a choke come from Carmine for a brief second before she goes back to eating.
Anyways, you guys have lunch. She has to hurry off whenever Aowen comes to grab her. Drops a cheeseburger off in her lap because he knows that she didn't eat. They head off to their own class, leaving you guys the opportunity to, head to yours.
Splendid.
Or in semblance development. You guys are making your way to the classroom when the vice headmaster, who's waiting by the front door, clears his throat and motions for you to come over to him. Carmine kind of pulling you off to the side.
Oh.
Hey, ended up having to diffuse Celine yesterday, so I just want to make sure you're doing okay.
You know, doing. Yeah.
I know she kind of went off in front of everybody, so like, are you actually doing okay?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very convincing.
It's you just kind of have to get used to it.
Well, give it like 2 or 3 days or like the weekend, and everyone's going to forget about everything anyways. So the rankings will update, and the second, third, and fourth years will finally get to come pester you guys about things, and you guys have a bunch of other stuff happening. Like, it'll be gone in no time. It's a passing thing right now. So just, I assure you, we've had arguments and we've had other things happen before. So don't fret too much about it. Just keep your head down, and it'll be okay.
Right. See, the thing is, out of character, the thing is, she has not interacted with many people. She thinks this is something that's going to be a permanent mark on her record for the rest of her life. She has that -2 charisma modifier.
On her tombstone,
Yeah,
it's going to be
yeah,
argued
yeah.
with her mom on second day of class.
That's just her reputation now. She's a terrible adopted daughter. Like, I don't know what to say, man.
It's in the
She's
police
just an
records.
ignorant. Yeah, exactly. It's in the police
It's in the
records now.
police This is
Like,
gonna affect the local trout population.
dude, this is actually going to affect the world tour. Like, this sucks, dude. But
Beautiful.
she just nods along, and she's like, yeah, I.
So,
Mhm.
where he's gonna lead you back inside, kind of a firm pat on the back, palm you over a wrapped little salted toffee. Let you take your seat with the rest of your team. He's gonna open up class, kind of smiling to himself, the wrap over his eyes, put the cowboy hat down on the desk, lean against it himself. I say he's looking at you guys, but like his eyes are covered, so he's looking in everybody's general direction.
You
Well,
said,
I'm not gonna bother with any. Go ahead.
you said, Team Sun is in this class or not in this class?
Yes, they are in this class,
Oh, okay.
sitting right behind you guys.
My gun is on the
Actually, made it on
table.
time for
It's
once.
positioned in a way that I can grab it quickly and shoot Neptune.
Sorry about that.
Jeez.
Continue.
No, you're good. Neptune will wave at you, Carmine.
Uh,
Wait, is Scarlet there or is Scarlet in the infirmary?
Scarlet's still there.
Oh.
she's just pulling her hood over her head and sinking down into her seat, bro. She can't handle this.
Anyways, it's beautiful. Tobias clears his throat. I'm not going to go through any crazy introductions or anything like that. And honestly, a lot of this classes, unlike other classes, is kind of figured out at your own pace. Every individual person's curriculum is going to be completely different. Today, we're going to do an exercise that, unless you've been through a very, very, very specific set of training classes in Vale or in Atlas, you've probably never experienced before. So you all know the basics of aura, how it works, shields you from physical harm, fuels semblance, fuels our ability to enhance ourselves and things like that. But it's got a lot more nuance to it than that. It's got a lot more intricacies and complexities and things it's capable of. Case in point, something that some of you know but have probably never actually had to do before is aura unlocking and aura sharing. You can give aura to other people. If you have aura yourself and they have aura, it is just exchanged freely. If they don't have aura, it will help them possibly unlock it if you do it right. It's one of the key things about how we teach each other how to use our aura and things like that. However, a little handy skill that is possible in some circumstances and can be useful if done correctly is the ability to share semblances back and forth. Now, some of you have the kind of semblances that you can use them on others. But this is the availability for somebody that you, he makes air quotes, trust to temporarily, by funneling their own aura through you, borrow your abilities. So I know what I'm about to suggest you all do might come across as terrible, shocking, and absolutely painful to your poor conservative hearts, but I want you to look to one of your teammates and I want you to hold their hand.
Jalen looks at Carmine immediately.
All right, fuck me, I guess. Rue, come here a minute.
Sorry, she's not
Don't you
losing
go
this fight.
invisible on me, boy.
There is no
Much
fight.
like you're given aura. Much like you were given aura to them, I want you both at the same time to project your aura into the opposite person. Same time, feel the energies, feel it sinking. It's going to feel weird because what you're feeling is how that person, how their aura feels to themselves, not how their aura feels to you, their aura feels to themselves. You're going to, for a brief moment, feel like that person while still being you. It's a weird sensation. You're ain't ever really going to get used to it. Just, it is what it is. Fuck. With that in mind, we're gonna get the less complicated duo out of the way first when it comes to this question. Tiffany,
Yes.
how do you feel right now? Because that is kind of how Rue is now going to be feeling as he's sharing his aura with you.
Pretty calm, pretty relaxed. I feel like these two will probably, it won't be as bad. It'll just be like the bright color singular. These are pretty chill, pretty fine people. Like, I'm not stressed, I'm not worried, I'm not anything. It's like, yep, cool. Time to do
I'm
what
all
I'm
those
told.
things.
Yep. As you start to project that feeling into Rue, and Rue will feel that. Rue, how you feeling right now? Because that's how Tiffany's about to start feeling.
It really is basically the same.
Fantastic. Makes things really easy. The thing of note, Tiffany, you're used to seeing just the faintest little sharp contrast in weak points and things, and the high definition edges, the sharpened color. Every bit of edge in the world slowly fades away, as does every bit of color, as you get to see through Rue's eyes with your own. See just how colorblind Rue actually is. Rue, you do sometimes see color, especially whenever you gain corruption, but Tiffany's perception of color definition, of clarity, and of retention is unusually sharp, given what her semblance is. This is the highest definition you've ever had in your fucking life.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Thanks. I see color. I taste color.
I see an HD. I taste
I-
an HD.
I see sound. I see an 8K quality.
I can hear in the dark. This is crazy.
Excellent. Oh no, neither of these. Oh god, neither of you guys are going to be. Hold on. The next step is where things are going to get infinitely worse. Fantastic. Anyways,
What is the next
Saren,
step? I
how
say
are you
moving
feeling?
across.
We'll get to that. Saren, how are you feeling right now? Because that's how Carmine's going to start feeling.
Simon feels very like literally like chill, like kind of apathetic, just like I'm here.
Excellent. Carmine, you're feeling a lot better. Speaking of Carmine, up until you started projecting your emotions into Saren, how did you feel given everything that's happened?
Anxious,
Recently.
sad, a little bit angry, bit of depression, She's very sad right now. She's a very sad fella at the moment. She graduated with a degree from
Absolutely.
Kicked Puppy Face Academy.
I think she just
Excellent.
graduated from Kicked
Well,
Puppy
that's-
Academy.
She is the kick puppy in the academy. Anyways, that's how you're feeling now, Saren. At least, like, just the knowledge that is how Carmine is feeling, and now you are kind of experiencing those sensations. So, yeah, it doesn't feel great. Carmine's not doing too hot right now.
Simon will look at her
Excellent.
like,
I'm so sorry.
girl, are you okay? No. Clearly not.
She's just mumbling like, I'm really sorry.
Simon just like feel better.
Feel better.
Are you asking if I feel
not in
better,
the
or are you
sense-
telling me to just feel better?
No, I'm
I hope
telling her
you
to
feel
to-
better.
It's in like like if I'm feeling the way you're feeling, then you're feeling the way I'm feeling. So I'm like, I'm trying to feel.
No,
better
that's
for
fair.
you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep. Now comes the second part where things are going to get so much more interesting for everybody involved. Now it's to the best of your abilities for those of you that have it, because unfortunately Orion cannot participate in this half of the equation. Try and use your semblance while channeling like this. Because what's
Okay.
going to happen is you're going to use the other person's semblance, which is only possible while you're connected to them like this and doing that. So we're going to start with the easier of the two to resolve because of things happening. Funny enough, Carmine and Saren. Carmine, little itty bitty, spiritual looking little fireball eyeball form. They appear in front of you, kind of orangish red in hue, just staring at you, staring at Saren. Saren, you're used to being able to handle yourself, your abilities, your semblance, everything about you with practice, with ease, with precision, like it's a natural part of you. Now you're trying to drive a bus hardwired correctly, going in reverse with 60 miles an hour with a cargo full of recently orphaned children and the only medicine shipment in the entirety of the country.
So speed.
This thing is unwieldy. It is completely obtuse. It does not want to listen or behave at all.
I will make it behave.
It does whatever it kind of wants to do. Kind of does whatever it wants to do to a degree. Unlike Carmine, who's kind of just stuck along for the ride and kind of like panics about it, you try to brute force it, which is infinitely worse because now the both of you are touching each other. It can affect both of you kind of at the same time. So we're gonna have both of you give me someone's stat checks, and we're gonna see what comes of this.
What is Sailor's someone's stat check? I don't remember. Is it wisdom?
I think of wisdom or strength. I think we went with
either
wisdom.
wisdom or strength, whatever you decided.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
when-
strength could give it the best, but I feel like, I don't know, corruption. Oh, I don't know.
I think just go wisdom.
We'll just go.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just go wisdom for now.
Uh,
I'll look
it's,
back at it later.
Which one is it again? It's to press it.
It's the grey one.
It's, the mod.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
just the mod.
Yeah, we're not
Awesome.
doing too hot.
So what's going to happen is that as Carmine's kind of reflexively
That one.
panicking at the motion, and the new sensations, and because for brief stints, you're basically getting sensory input from two different sources at the same time, Carmine, the little eyeball floating around and your own eyes. It's overwhelming. You panic a little bit, but you're also used to the sensation of your own semblance misbehaving, and you feel that now, but it's not coming from you. It's coming from Saren, who's trying to brute force it, which means it's going to activate. The two of you become hopelessly entangled together, and one might think that the two of you almost weld to the way that the semblance binds the two of you together, whereas the rest of the world becomes as slippery as wet glass. So the two of you are basically friction welded together while the rest of the world becomes slippery. There is no save against it. There's no anything. You two are hitting the floor and sliding.
What the
Entangled
fuck
with
are
each
you
other.
two doing?
Sliding. This is not optimal.
Oh,
Our hands are stuck together. Oh no.
oh no! Oh no, guys, she landed on top of me. This is terrible.
You two have pretzeled together into a knot, a sad little gay slippery knot.
Right,
anyways,
I'm gonna
not
leave
slippery
them
for
to
those
it.
reasons. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, you guys have bigger problems to deal with. Funny enough.
Oh, yeah.
Where we're sliding.
Tiffany.
Yeah, that's the question.
Tiffany, what'd you say?
Oh, I said where are we sliding?
Oh,
we got a slope.
well, the floor is the whole thing set up auditorium style, so you guys are just slowly sliding towards the front of the room.
Mm.
Don't worry, you aren't the only ones having problems. Tiffany, using ruse semblance is actually kind of simple. It's instead of affecting your eyes directly, it affects the whole kind of space around you. It's an unusual sensation, but it's not one that you couldn't figure things out with. However, there is a bit of difficulty, not from you being able to use it, but your connection to it itself. The other side of the equation is where things get problematic. Rue, your attempts to use Tiffany's semblance.
Uh-oh.
All you feel for a brief moment is pain. Splitting, mind-numbing pain from the base of your skull all the way down your spine. You smell the familiar sensations of chemicals, the kind that are used to sterilize and disinfect at an industrial scale. And then you have flashes of memory, maybe. A room illuminated in bright, blinding white lights, voices overhead, people, the shapes of people clothed in scrubs, face masks, surgical gloves, the soft humming beep of a heart monitor. And then it fades, and you slowly process to find yourself laying on the floor. In the brief moment that Tiffany and Rue attempted to use each other's semblance, there was stability for a brief second, and then something happened. The two auras tried to merge, tried to blend together as they would with any other circumstance and scenario. And then one repelled the other, painfully so, enough that both of you will be feeling the pain as you're not really launching away from each other, but more pushing away, as if two objects had kind of rebounded off of each other, sending you kind of sprawling into the opposite directions from each other. Rue onto the floor, Tiffany down the bench further. Would have impacted into probably Sarah and or Carmine next to you, but they're currently on the floor sliding towards the front of the classroom. That happened at about the same time. They made it like 3 rows down. So there was that brief connection, and then something repelled you two away from each other. Some kind of interaction between your two auras.
That's not good. I'll, in the time, like, I'll probably, how long's Rue on the, like, out of it for?
Oh, maybe like a second or two. Like it's kind of just that immediate, like, what the fuck? And then
Okay,
you're
cool,
back.
yeah. Yeah, because I'll probably go over and, like, I don't want to, like, touch him, because, you know, that was the thing that made the thing happen. But, like, I'll take my jacket off and, like, put it under his head, just like, are you okay? Stay on the floor.
I'm staying on the floor.
Mandatory floor time, I think.
From behind you guys, woo, floor time.
Let's say just share break.
I hope they're having just as bad of a time as
No.
we are.
I'm fine.
Oh, they're having a great time. Those 4 idiots trust each other implicitly.
No, there's
Mhm.
there's 3 extra Neptunes.
Oh
Yes.
no.
They're all flexing at each other.
They missed the assignment and held hands in a circle.
Yep. Yes, they did, and it's still working, like somehow. Anyways,
Oh yeah, I'll just really make sure that like
Rue,
Rue's head is like okay and stuff, because hitting the ground's never good, particularly if like his aura was occupied like doing stuff with me.
mhm. As you kind of process things and you pick yourself up to a sitting position, you hurt, but you're fine overall. Like aura took all of that. Aura doesn't stop the pain; it just stops the damage. The still familiar, woefully familiar smell of a hospital room still fills your nose as the aching remnants of sensations fade and everything comes back to the way it should be.
Are you okay?
Well, yes.
Are you sure?
100%.
Then what happened? Because things were fine. I saw what you see, the lack of color, and it was fine, and then it just wasn't.
I have no idea what happened either. I saw all the colors, and then everything wasn't good.
Okay. She'll just put her hand up to get a professional's help.
Currently, at the very front of the classroom, Tobias is crouched down looking at like how Carmine and Saren are melded together more or less, and is applying his aura to them to separate the connection the two of them have and slowly extract them apart.
Ugh.
You might be down here for a moment.
I'm not letting go.
Fine.
I'm going to master this.
It takes him a little bit. He ends up basically just having to like scruff you, Carmine, in order because like your semblance is still misbehaving. So it's like picking you up by the scruff a familiar sensation, and gently setting you down as he helps Saren stand, tries to help you stand, and then your hands like slide off of each other. Ah, that's where the issue was. Semblance doesn't like to listen, does it?
No, not really.
It happens sometimes. It's actually a surprisingly common thing. We'll figure out how it wants to work with you.
Let
That's
it
the fun thing. It
drive.
doesn't want to, I say out of character.
Let it drive.
Exactly.
He
Saren's
doesn't
like,
know, chat.
and this
Take the
sounds
wheel.
like a
He finally-
challenge.
Mhm. Once he's made sure that you guys are at least okay while Carmen's having floor time again, looks up to see like you looking at him, Tiffany, and kind of trying to get his attention. He comes over. You guys have a bit of a interaction as well too.
Yes. Brew suddenly collapsed. Things were going fine, and then there was pushback. I'm not really sure
He
what else happened.
Immediately gives a bit of surprised expression, frowns a little bit, rests the hand on both of your shoulders, and you feel the cool rush of aura washing over the both of you and the distinct sensation of deja vu in the back of your mind. The same sensation happens again, Tiffany, between you and Tobias in that linking. He recoils his hand almost immediately, raises an eyebrow from underneath the wrap. Interesting. You have a really, really aura operates on different wavelengths. Some aura operates smooth, slow, consistent. Some operates really, really compact and really fine. Yours is unbelievably refined and dense. You're either going to have to figure out how to scatter that, which is next to impossible to do, or I'm going to have to teach the rest of your team how to condense theirs if they're ever going to sync up with you properly. I mean, normal aura exchange should be fine, but if they try to dive too much deeper, the density just becomes a problem. I thought for a minute you guys had opposing wavelengths. This would have been funny, but also not great. But no, it's just your aura is a little special. Pats you on the shoulder, Tiffany. Nothing we can't work with. Think of it like everybody's covered by a net. Your net is like a super, super, super fine mesh. And they're trying to poke through that to interact with you, and they're getting caught in it. Make sense?
She just kind of nods. And for the first time,
Interesting,
like,
though.
she
You
just
don't
kind of,
normally
like,
see
shuts
that.
down a little bit.
I mean, normally only see it in people with a lot of aura or who've been training for a long time, but it's not uncommon.
Just kind of nods.
So just means we'll have to teach you guys a few more refined techniques. Unfortunately, he looks down the way towards Carmine. Well, I think your guys' team's going to need a little bit of extra work across the board in some capacity. We've got a semblance that doesn't want to behave, so we're going to have to figure out how to make that work. We've got high aura density. We've got a good degree of control, motioning to Saren, but not really very responsive, which is, again, not uncommon. Your semblance is a reactive semblance, so I'm not surprised your aura is a bit more on the passive side. And then we've got really, really scattered, not scattered, really evenly distributed aura emotions to Yuru. Useful in some cases, but especially you two interacting emotions, you, Rue, and you, Tiffany, and borrowing each other's abilities for extended periods of time. One of you is going to have to figure out how to temper in one direction or the other. Okay. Your semblance, or your aura, motions to you, Tiffany, is like metal. It's dense, does not want to interact with anything that isn't at the same level. His aura's kind of more like putty. It's flexible, it bends, it weaves. Again, given from what I know of both your semblances, that makes sense. You have a really refined, focused semblance that wants to pinpoint things and pierce defenses, and he's got a semblance that interacts with the space around him and dissipates parts of his form. So now we've got to get Play-Doh to work with metal, you know? Which is doable. Just training.
Yep, she just kind of nods. Again, like, the lights are on.
So,
She's listening, but, like, she's not super responsive. Yeah, she's not a
sits
fan
you all
of
back
this.
down. Sits you all back down, helps you get into your seat, Carmine. It is nice to know. Again, these aren't techniques I expect you guys to use all the time, and not every team does interact heavily with each other's aura all the time, but they are nice to know for different things in different scenarios. Case in point, a dense aura is really great at interacting with items and objects. Your aura might even be refined enough, or at least naturally dense enough, that you could project it into bullets, which, personal experience, terrifying fucking thing. A flexible aura is better at bypassing dust-based resistances, dust clothing, reinforced metals, and things like that. If we can teach you, Motions Diru, how to use all of your senses through your aura, I have a sneaking suspicion we might be able to get you, like, maybe seeing through walls. And again, that's way down the line, but we might be able to do it if you can get your hand on the wall itself. We might be able to teach you how to dissipate your aura through solid objects.
Gonna give a thumbs up from the floor.
He'll help you up.
Thank you.
For the other two of you, slow aura can be a good thing if it's trained properly. If it's built up and it's cycled in the body, it's just a churning whirlpool and it just constantly refills. Headmaster Theodore over in Vacuo is exactly like that. His aura is basically just a giant whirlpool constantly cycling, and depleting any part of the body doesn't matter because the rest of it just backfills and recuperates rapidly. Which, again, given your family, I'm not surprised. Your whole family specialized in fighting Grim and high corruption threshold, deep aura reserves, and it's your whole thing. So it's nice to see that continued down the line. Very useful skill sets when combined together properly.
I see.
Carmine, all we've got to do is figure out how your semblance wants to be interacted with. Right now, it's, in a weird way, semblances can have a mind of their own sometimes. We just got to figure out how it wants to be interacted with. And I think once we figure that out, we should kind of mitigate or completely remove this it misbehaving issue or it acting on its own. Not to say that it's going to be perfect, but it should be a lot easier. So that's where we're at with you guys. I mean, I don't see any glaring weaknesses in your fundamentals. It's just refinement. So for now, we'll work on probably getting you guys a bit more aura built up and then different degrees of control. You guys have any questions for me?
She shakes her head.
Yeah, Saren does the same thing.
He'll look to Rune to Tiffany.
She also just kind of shakes her head.
I'm good. I imagine we're going to be going over exercises anyways.
He nods. Yeah, that's the plan. So for now, we're just gonna focus on cycling aura and trying to increase aura pulls because it's something everybody can always work on. So with his help and you guys working on the class, you all can put 2 successes towards increasing your aura pool totals.
Yay!
Yay! Out of how many?
What's your aura at right now?
100.
Out of 10.
So then it's a 12 for Carmine because of 120.
120. Yep. Yeah, you're
Okay.
getting it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just divided by 10, rounded to the nearest,
Nearest
rounded
whole.
down. So
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
So you said, Carmine, since Saren's is 90, it's just 10, 1 out of 10.
No, it's basically the
Siren.
basically just
Yeah,
drop the
Siren's
last
just
digit.
your aura. Yeah. Yours should be out of 25.
For Aura?
Oh no, yeah. You're at, sorry, I was thinking corruption threshold. Yeah, your aura is 100, you said?
It's 90.
Oh, then yeah, you're at a 9. Yep, you got it right. Don't mind me. I'm
2 out of 9.
getting the wrong numbers in my head. Well, you guys got an hour and then combat class.
Time to do my walk of shame. As always.
Don't slip and fall back.
Okay,
back down.
well, you don't need to jinx it.
Whatever you do, don't slip and fall into Saren's arms. It would
Oh
be
my
terrible.
gosh, no, that would be so terrible. I say, looking at my Instagram profile with my bio that says walla wa. I'm
Semblance stat check, please.
Okay. 14.
You like slip on the first 2 steps, but then you kind of get your feet back under you and you're good to go.
Yeah.
This is why she loves
Hooray.
Velcro, guys.
This is
Yeah,
why we took Girl in Red off our playlist.
Excellent. What it said. Yeah, you guys got an hour to yourselves. What would you like to do with yourselves?
Cry?
Yeah,
Listen to a book.
right.
Oh gosh.
I mean, shit, I'm not far off it. I'm just gonna sit there. That was not fun. Basically being told, like, yeah, you're incompatible with your own team members. It's like, that fucking sucks.
Without training right now, as you are, kinda, yeah, to a degree.
Carmine.
Hmm?
Saren is thinking. You have a very cool semblance.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how not being able to control it is all that great, but I appreciate this sentiment.
Thumbs up. Saren.
Love it. You all get to take the opportunity to at least sit down, common area, dorm room, wherever you want to sit down at, processing how that class went, or on someone's development is a very important class. It's required for a reason, but it's also not an easy one.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, you still have another 3 hours of it later this week. Anyways.
Do we? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we do, don't we?
Yep, on Saturday. So, yeah, you guys get some time to process everything that happened. Kind of feel that out as you see fit. Is Tiffany together enough to do things right now, or is she just kind of processing?
Just processing. She's just kind of going to sit there.
Awesome.
I guess we all sit
How about-
together.
That's doable. How about Carmine?
Sorry, we're kind of on that haterade drinking and binge drinking when it comes to Tiffany at the moment. So in character, not out of character. Love Tiffany. She's not exactly sure how to feel at the moment, so she's probably gonna at least like just kind of take a walk around while waiting for the next class to start.
Fair enough. Saren, how you
Try to
feeling
get her
after
mind
that
off
class?
things.
Are you together enough to do things?
You say when you say Rue.
Yeah,
Oh.
Saren.
Yeah, Simon, she's fine ish. She
Our emotional anchor has been detected.
mhm. She now has a better understanding of how Carmine feels.
Mhm.
Great! Yay!
I'm literally the princess of Mistral, and even I don't have much pressure on my shoulders. God damn.
Mhm. I don't allow myself to feel that way. Still issue, Carmine. No.
She's literally aura farming her way through it. This isn't fair.
Mhm.
Built different. Built correctly. I mean, what?
Yeah,
True.
in ways,
God
technically,
damn.
she's built optimally. There you go.
True. Rue, how you processing everything that happened?
That hurt. He's immediately gonna do those exercises.
Excellent. Just focusing on training and working that. You can put another mark towards your aura, my dear friend, as you're taking some time.
Carmine's built like a popsicle stick animal crafts project for like kindergarteners, being held together by Elmer's glue and everything.
And it's like sitting precariously close to like a fire.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
exactly.
Combat class.
Carmine's getting
One more
flashbacks.
More Nyako murking you guys through more team exercises.
One more class.
I'm gonna be honest, given how things have been going, I think you guys are probably doing worse today than you were yesterday.
I don't think it would be a stretch to say that.
I don't think it would be a stretch to say that either. I think that's more than reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So in which case, I'm gonna go from bottom to top this time. Individually, I'll say that you guys are still capable of fighting, still capable of doing things, but today's one of those days. Rue, what do you do that gets in other people's way today? There is your guys' teamwork is still in development, and today is just a day where the half, if not more, of your team is, you included, are still kind of off after that whole thing. How do you get in everybody else's way today?
Oh, he's distracted. He's just gonna be invisible and get in front of someone.
Oh, excellent. So just you know what, I'm going in for it and just running into your own teammates. Fantastic. Saren, how do you get in your teammates' way today?
I feel like she basically she gets caught like blankly staring a lot.
Spacing out.
Yeah, she's spacing out.
Yep. Excellent. Missing opportunities, missing windows, having to struggle to catch up to the rest of the encounter in the spaces in between, mistiming. Just very clear that your attention isn't 100% there. Carmine, how are you and everybody? How are you and your teammates' way today?
Gosh. I mean, outside of the usual semblance problems, she's probably just not positioning herself correctly as she usually would, despite like being experienced with like, you know, her rifle and everything. She's probably just taking the complete wrong positions and kind of getting frustrated with herself a little bit. Trying not to show it, but it kind of shows in like how her accuracy drops sometimes.
Excellent. Like to think like one of the tail end of the ones you kind of maybe a little bit too mean to the target dummy.
Yeah.
One last little kick. Anyways, Tiffany, how are you and your teammates way today?
Go to kick the dummy, it slips and falls.
Just no communication and just like where normally a shots would be crisp, then they're still hitting, but it's like taking a bit too long, second guessing herself, and kind of like she's just kind of firing a gun instead of like directing traffic with it. 'Cause, like she's not getting in anyone's way, she's just not moving.
Miyako watches the four of you. The four of you perform. This isn't just, oh, hey, you know, we're getting used to each other. This is, you're in each other's way. You are actively hampering each other. There's missing communication, mistiming, spacing out. Rue just throwing a wrench in things, but just being invisible, and like, you know, the team can't really pay attention to you if you're invisible too much. Without some way of like some lack of communication is probably the biggest thing. Like I think that is probably something the four of you are all having in unison, is like you're not really communicating between each other as much as you should be, and then it's just compounding the issues. I think that is probably, if listening to you all talk, that's probably the number one thing that I can think all four of you are having issues with, between like Carbide not wanting to express any frustration at things because she's like, you know, having other things, Tiffany being in her head, Saren spacing out, and Rue spending most of his time invisible. You guys are disjointed. Enough so that Miyako will call your guys' training a little bit early, tell you all to go on ahead and head up to her office. And already waiting for the four of you there is Cassie, who
Oh, we're cooked.
kind of pulls you guys in, sits you all down, sits across from you guys. I mean, we're used to students struggling to learn to be a team, but you know, what I saw today wasn't a team. What's going on?
My aura hurt my own teammate. I'm told that I'm not compatible with the rest of my team.
You could see where that would get in somebody's head. And you know what? So what if you're not? You're going to have to learn how to deal with it. I don't want to be blunt about this, but you're going to face a lot of these kinds of challenges in some capacity or another. All of you are. Your own shortcomings, it may seem like we're hitting you guys with a lot back to back, and some of you guys have had some personal things going on that have compounded that, but this is the job. Not everything's going to be all peachy keen. It's going to be 2 weeks into a rescue mission, more things get added on, and you're picking up the slack for somebody else, or when your teammate slips up or is tired or frustrated, or you know, you can't get the focus together to dilute your aura so that you can interact with your team properly, and you accidentally hurt one of them in combat. It's going to happen. Figuring out how to get around that or training yourselves to overcome that is part of why we're here. However, I fully acknowledge that you don't know how to do that right now, and it's frustrating and it's painful especially with you being the leader. So it's okay. That is absolutely something we can work with. Tempering aura is not a hard technique to learn, it just takes time. So right this second, yeah, you might not mesh the best on the aura front with the rest of your team. Doesn't mean you can't physically be there and cooperate. I don't think I heard almost any orders coming out of you at all today. I mean, you were a conductor yesterday. But that's okay. Rough days are rough. So we acknowledge what the issue is and we move forward. She'll turn to you, Carmine, give you kind of an apologetic look for a moment. I know you've got a lot going on, things with Celine and people talking about you around school. It's talking only lasts for a little while. They'll get bored or they'll find something else or somebody else to do something stupid and it'll become the next thing everybody talks about. And yeah, I don't agree with how things were handled with you, but I also don't know the whole story. So I'm furious about the whole thing. There should have been communication. There should have been all other sorts of things that should happen, but it didn't. So, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. You had to learn about these things this way, and you've had to, while trying to figure all this out, you've got all this going on as well too. So, I'm just, I would hug you if I could, or if you would let me, but I'm sorry you had to deal with this, Carmen. This should not have been the way you had to go about it. You've already got enough on your plate just learning to be a huntress.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want somebody to come yell at, I'll sit here and I'll listen quietly and you can just come yell or cry or just come sit, come hide out in the office so that you don't have to deal with people staring at you. And again, it won't last forever. But just you can come on down. My door is always open.
Okay.
She frowns a bit more at the tone, pinches the bridge of her nose, turns to you, Saren. I mean, you're normally pretty calm and collected, but you were kind of spacing out today. What's going on?
I didn't think about it. This was like she was just gonna be like expectations.
Had to grab something to drink there. Sorry.
Okay.
Expectations of what?
Just thinking about what Professor Noir said and what I felt in the order in combat or in training class.
Gulp. Slowly turning
Ah,
away.
So just I guess getting a new perspective on the world, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I'm not surprised that you are needing to process that. Just try and remember that as difficult as things are, we as hunters have expectations put on us. That when things get tough and when people die around us and horrible things happen, that we still have to be the ones to keep standing and keep fighting and keep repelling Grim. Even watching teammates get ripped apart, we still have to keep going while it's still happening. It's okay right now while you guys are in school to mess up. We may be hard about it sometimes, but this is the time to do it. This is the place to mess up. You learn how to deal with it. You process it. You feel your way through it. It doesn't get easier, but at least you've dealt with it and you have the experience moving forward. So I'm just going to say you got to be careful, especially while fighting, to try and pay more attention. But I'm also not going to be so rude as to think that you're just going to drop everything and 100% focus. So it's okay. And I mean that for all of you. It's okay. Mistakes happen. We fuck up. I'd much rather it happen here. It's painful and awkward and problematic as it can be. Rather it happen here. We handle it in our own way. We learn to get through it, and then we move on. It's just much more manageable that way, instead of out there when, that hesitation kills a, young mother of two. She kind of winces and rubs at her own arm a little bit. Shakes her head. She kind of pointedly locks eyes with you, Rue. Your abilities are fantastic, and used appropriately are a force multiplier for your team. The same can be said for whenever your team is doing negatively. If you apply a greater force, it compounds. I don't expect you to be perfect. I don't expect any of you to, but you didn't really talk to your team at all. You were invisible so often. Your misplacement couldn't be made up. As a team, we fight together to cover each other's weaknesses. Your team can't do that if they don't know where you are. If they don't have some way of being able to know where you're at or know when you're slipping in and out. If you stay invisible that long, you misplace yourself, as you did. Or if your teammates have to backpedal, they don't know where you're at. I mean, Carmine turned right around and ran right into you. And if you had been visible or you'd been communicating, that wouldn't have happened.
They got the instant replay on us. Damn. What the fuck?
Miyako saw you guys fucking up and immediately called her down and was like, yeah, we need to kind of address this. We're going to let them work through it in class and see if we can't figure something out here, but we need to solve this. And Cassie showed up and watched you guys.
Oh, we're cooked.
We're so cooked.
I'm not mad at any of you. Not mad at any of you. Not frustrated. I get it. I've been in day 3, day 4, day 5. I've been in year 2, day 1, day 7, and fucking up so badly that I thought I was going to lose. That my whole team is going to be gotten rid of. It happens. That's all I can say about it. Is it's going to happen. You're going to fuck up somehow, some way, some point, some time. So what matters from here right now is how we address it and how we embrace it moving forward. Embracing failure. I'm going to be a little bit mean here. Carmine, your semblance is problematic to say the least. how you embrace that moving forward, how you accept that, how you change your mentality about it is going to impact how you perform. Do you think you're the only student that's ever been through these halls that had a semblance that backfired on them horribly, that didn't want to behave or was next to unusable? We've been a standing academy for 100 years.
I'm not surprised that other people have struggled with it. I assumed so. It's just jarring of how badly it backfires compared to others.
She nods slowly, pulls up her scroll on the projected screen, turns the screen around so you can watch. This is a
Oh.
student that currently attends. This is a student who currently attends Vacuo. You watch, rather ragged-looking, dark-skinned boy walk up, 4 prosthetic limbs, grab a door. The door proceeds to detonate violently enough that the camera that's recording it cracks and sends him flying down the hallway. I assure you, compared to some people we've worked with and continue to work with now, it's not that bad. Honestly. Like, yeah, it can be annoying sometimes, but you're not anywhere near as bad as you make yourself out to be. Now, do I believe that Celine should have been as aggressive as with you as she was? Absolutely not. But that's a personal thought. This is me as your teacher and as your advisor speaking. You are a very capable individual. Phenomenally so. I saw it this morning. I saw it while you guys were fighting. You are capable. You are just as capable of handling yourself in combat. You're the only distinction between you and Tiffany and who shoots better is Tiffany's semblance gives her a distinct edge. But in terms of raw accuracy, the two of you hit the bullseye, hit the dead center of the target you're aiming for almost the exact same amount. And impact force, strength of your impact on your weapons, not even at full speed, at maybe 35 to 40% of your speed, you hit just as hard as Saren does without her using her semblance. You're a phenomenal person. You're amazing. Your potential is fantastic. Yeah, your semblance misbehaves. So we learn to work with it. It can be jarring, it can be difficult. You being stuck to the floor and being 5 minutes late to class can be kind of a problem. But what matters is what we do in spite of that. Tiffany, you think you're the only person that's walked into here and had aura that's been difficult to work with or not compatible with their teammates? We've had teams where they've had opposing wavelengths, where there is no universe that even their aura interacting together is even possible because they will physically cause each other pain and harm and damage. Your aura still works with your team. It's just, if they want to do anything extended with it, they just have to be careful. You have to be careful. It's okay. It doesn't make you incompatible with your team. It doesn't change the fact that she pulls up your guys' combat footage of yesterday that you can conduct a team. And honestly, if we work on this skill set, you'll be one of the finest that Mistral's ever produced. Even without your semblance, you have a good eye for combat. You tunnel vision a little bit, but hey, who doesn't? Saren, you have a legacy behind you, a phenomenal legacy. Your mother is an amazing person, to say the least. I mean, legendary, so accomplished that she's been acknowledged by all 4 major kingdoms, and even some of the minor ones. Illyria has heralded her and invited her down and offered her a knightship of her own. She didn't take it because, she's an empress of Mistral, but I mean, she still went to Illyria. Who doesn't want to go? But Rue, your skill set, phenomenal. I mean, you were really great at being able to slip in and out of areas undetected, and especially in the heat of combat, being able to get into gaps into perception and observation cannot be understated. You are a scalpel that can sever arteries almost undetected. But what I saw today were students that barely wouldn't, not barely, none of you would have scored a passing grade even in Sanctum today, let alone here. And I'm not trying to harp on this because, oh, you did bad, you need to do better. Because you guys have shown me that you're capable of better. I just want to make it a point to say that rough days aren't the end all be all. Tomorrow's a different day. Not going to change that you still feel a little bit meh, or that things are still going on, or that some of the situations that some of you got stuck in kind of fucking suck. But what matters is moving forward. Things can change. People can change. Situations can change. The wheel revolves. It doesn't stay shitty forever. I've yapped at you all for way too long. I just wanted to make sure you guys are doing okay, kind of get into your heads a little bit, understand what was going through your minds. The same offer to Carmine comes to all of you. You all want to come in here and scream, come on in here and do it. Don't tell her that I told you this, but Cowrie comes in here like every week, and like sometimes she just curls up on the floor under the desk. Other times she just goes and screams into a pillow, and other times she just sits and just wants me to kind of like run my hand through her hair and just wants to just be here. And you've seen how like aggressive and tough and hard she is, but I mean, you should have seen her the first time she lost somebody. I mean, she was inconsolable for days. We fuck up. It happens. I still beat myself up every single time I'm even a little bit slow on something or that I mess up. And I have experience. You're learning. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be bad at what you're doing. This is the place to do it. Just don't get in a cycle of beating yourselves up or spiraling down. Because that will kill you all faster than anything else will. Grim will pick up on that in a heartbeat, and they will rip you to shreds. So get out of here. Go hang out with each other. Go sit down at a nice place. Get something to drink. Maybe a little booze if you're feeling up to it. Please don't go overboard. Relax. Enjoy each other's company. Be a team. Be friends. Your lives are in each other's hands. Get to know each other. Be friendly with each other. Hell, make out with each other. Honestly, most of the other teachers wouldn't tell you this, but it is something that we are encouraged to allow to happen if it starts happening. You guys forming relationships. It's natural. Hell, I had a pretty significant relationship with one of my teammates during my time.
Carmine looks
I'm
like
still
she's about to
handling
get
the
the
after
birds
effects of
and the
that, but-
bees taught to her. She looks mortified by this.
Anyways, she reaches down into her desk, pulls out a big bottle of wine, 4 cups, pours them full for each of you. Relax. More than anything, relax. It's okay. You're fine. You'll live. My job is to make sure you do.
Okay. Thank you.
Watches all of you to make sure you guys at least pick up the cups.
Picking one up. She's scared
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah, Tiffany
Tiffany's
picks one up.
fucking down the wine like the girl boss she is.
Oh my gosh.
Tiffany just kind
she's
of like
just scared of
holds it,
Cassie.
and it's like I don't know what to do.
So you lift a cup up to your mouth and then you tilt your
Okay, Carmine, demonstrate it. Hand you my glass.
Okay.
Siren just demonstrates it. Aren't you supposed to say a toast or
She
something?
smiles.
Me looking at
what?
Tiffany, a toast. You know, toast.
Like bread?
Yeah, like bread.
She's not listening.
All right, Team Sun.
Carmine does not understand what a toast is. She's never done one in her life. She's never heard of one in her life, dude. And
We
she
did
just
one literally
anytime-
last night.
We did
She
one
doesn't
last.
understand what it means. She doesn't understand. She heard toast and she's like, bread? Okay, bet.
Also, she'd already been drinking at that point, so you know.
She's just
Uh.
following the leader on this, dude.
Sharon will raise her glass and look at Tiffany and be like, say something, leader.
I need some time alone. She's gonna set the glass down and actually just quietly walk out.
Cassie nods, watches you leave, looks to the other three of you. Sometimes people need the space. Let her figure it out. Be there to support her. And if any of you need help, although the closest people are to your right and left. And if you don't want to talk to them or you can't, I'm here. If you can't talk to me, find another teacher that you can. Or just go sit down in the stables for a bit. Like, honestly, just go sit down with the dogs down there. They listen really well. They don't complain. They're soft. They like treats. So go do whatever it is you need to do to process things at your own pace. Just try not to forget what I talked about today.
We'll do as best as we can. Giving a look to the other two, like, speak up.
Please.
Please. Please help me. I don't talk to people.
We should be fine.
Good. Because you guys have a lot of potential to be one of our best teams. And I want to make sure that you guys reach that, but also that you can exist in this job in a way that you can be proud of.
Yeah, I would prefer that and not be. She kind of looks over to Saren, knowing that Saren felt exactly how she's been feeling, and she's like, miserable, for lack of better words. I think it'll just take some time, but I'm certain we
Mhm.
can get over this.
Mhm.
Exactly. Now go on, get out of here. I've dowered your mood enough and taken up enough of your time. Go take it easy. You still got classes tomorrow.
And she's just like, she's opening up the schedule and looking at it, seeing who's on the roster for tomorrow's schedule, and she's like, oh no. And
Yeah.
we have Celine tomorrow.
And Cassie.
Oh yeah, you do. I felt
And so
that.
Corinne's just staring at it like, oh. Okay. Thumbs up. I'll be fine. We'll see you tomorrow. Very stiff about this entire thing.
Mhm. Yeah, Sharon will get up and go.
Good night.
Two of
She's
you are
having
heading
a
out.
miserable
Three
time.
of you are heading out.
Yeah. What
Don't
are
worry
we
about
gonna
it. It's
do with
okay.
both Cassie and Celine tomorrow?
You can make it through. Don't worry. Have a positive mental attitude.
And don't forget, after all the classes on Saturday, you have an abyss to clear after that too. Oh, this first week's
Anyways.
great, guys. This isn't even Hell Week either. Anyways,
Oh gosh.
might as well be with that.
She's not
You guys
sure
head
how to
out.
feel.
Tiffany,
Go
continue.
on, sorry.
No, you're good. Continue.
I was just saying she's not sure
Not
how
sure
to
how to
feel
feel.
about Cassie basically just pointing at Carmine and going, "Your soul's a problem," and she's like, "Damn, you right."
The problem is she's right.
That's the problem.
Come here, my daughter. Let me hug you.
She
Just
can't
need to be
show
held. It's okay.
weakness. She can't show weakness in front of her team. Not at this moment.
Oh, I love it. Tiffany, you headed out first. Where are you heading?
She's just like basically back at the dorm. Trying to make herself busy, just phone calls. Like organizing supplies, information for the high rise. Like she's just making herself busy, and at the same time not wanting to talk about the elephant that just occurred. There is no elephant. What the fuck do you mean there's an elephant?
Oh, there's no elephant. It's just a little porcupine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Little guy. A little prickly, but little guy.
Yeah, clearly not as like locked in as she normally is. Like this entire day has just kind of like not been great. So she's just trying to like, oh, this is stuff that I know how to do. Let me just do that. Because what I know how to do can't hurt me, she says.
Maybe about 25, 30 minutes later, the rest of your team shows up to the dorm.
Not Saren. I think Saren's got an appointment with Quina.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Saren's going to work on gun stuff.
And then after
gun
that,
stuff
she's
with Queenie.
probably gonna go grab food in the city somewhere.
Fair enough. We can work with that. So Carmine and Rue, I'm assuming, are returning back to the room unless you're not.
I mean, if Tiffany needs some time, then maybe not. She'll probably just take her time and she'll probably just take her time like walking around the campus a little bit to take her mind off things. Kind of reflect a little bit. She needs her space just a tiny bit. From
Fair
the team,
enough.
at least. At least from the team.
And how about Rue?
Let's just go talk with Sun for a while. What can go wrong?
What can go wrong? Oh gosh.
Join them in their dorm room. Mikasa, Sukasa, they pull up an extra hammock for you.
Your hammock?
Yeah, they don't have beds.
Yeah, banana hammock.
No, they don't have beds.
How many fridges are they up to?
7.
They've procured another 3, so they're up to 10.
Fuck off.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Bro, that room's gonna explode. That room's gonna short out the school.
How many? Where are they keeping all these fridges?
The room.
In the room.
Yeah.
Or I mean, no, I mean like, and how? Like, how is it layered? Like, cause I'm imagining a dorm
so
room.
all the extra furniture got taken out, so it's all just empty floor space. So they basically have them up against the walls. So like 6 of them up against the walls, and then the other 4 are being used as anchor points for the hammocks.
And the 3
Wow.
ovens. And the
Ooh,
patio.
you have to open
And the
all
patio,
of them to see
yeah.
what's inside.
They already converted
Yep,
that extra
pretty
bathroom.
much.
Well, one of them's
Yes,
the bathroom,
they
and the other
have.
one's
Okay.
a cooler, basically. I guess.
Walk-in freezer. Yep.
Man, they're doing well for themselves.
Yep. Walk-in freezer. Yeah, they are. They're having
I
a
just wanna
great
know-
time. School's great for them.
How has staff not noticed?
Would
They're
you want to deal with them?
Because,
they're
Yeah.
oddly behaving.
well, here's the thing. They haven't complained about their room being out of condition, and nobody else has complained about their room being out of condition. So, and dorm walkthroughs only happened at the end of the week, so yeah, thumbs up. We're getting away with it for now.
Oh boy. Anyways, we'll go open all the fridge doors, see what's in them.
Fridge roulette time?
One of them is the yes fridge, another one's the no fridge, the other one's a meat fridge. I don't know about the other 7.
The yes no fridge, the no yes fridge,
The maybe fridge.
the no
The-
fridge.
The concoction fridge. The concoction one has
The yep,
Sage's
yep fridge.
wine. Not Sage, Scarlet's
Yep.
like wine in it.
Yep. Fridge number 9 just has a single plastic carryout container from one of the local places, just on the middle of like the bottom shelf. That's it.
Sounds like they have more fridges than need for fridges yet.
You
I
never
don't
know
know,
when
that
you'll
one's
need an
important.
extra
Don't touch that
fridge.
They're happy to have you around. Offer you some drinks if you want it.
Sure.
Yo, man, classes are great. Combat's fun. Wish they had more of it.
Sell them my extra notes for all the classes we share. And maybe some of the ones they don't even have.
Finance.
They will scrounge together what they have. What price are you charging them for those notes?
As much as they have.
Excellent.
That they will be willing
You've
to get away
accumulated
with.
157 lien, 2 pieces of spearmint gum, and they'll probably just throw in a 6-pack of beer because they can.
Amazing.
So that is what they offer you.
We'll take it.
Oh, and Sage will cook you some food because he did promise you guys he'd make you something at some point. So
I'm curious to see how well of a cook he is.
that's a good question. Let's see how well he does. Does he set the room on fire is the question. Yeah. Yeah, the balcony's gonna have to be open and the grill's gonna have to be aired out because went to light it a little too much on the ignition fluid and woof, fireball. The other 3 give him shit and spend the next 10 minutes just laughing and cracking jokes at his expense because his left eyebrow is now missing.
Oh man.
He can pencil it on.
You tell him that, he kind of stops for a second, slowly blinks, finds the nearest pen he can get a hold of that works, and actually goes over to the mirror to start scribbling one on his face.
I would expect no less.
12 out of 10. So, the 4 of you spend the evening spread out in your different places. Saren working with Queena. Tiffany kind of processing things in her own time. Carmine wandering the grounds, and Rue hanging out with Team Sun for a little bit. Eventually, it does get late. Probably around 10, probably when you guys are thinking about going to bed soon, or the need to, because you guys had to be at class at 8. So, who's going back to the dorm room? Tiffany's there.
Saren probably would. She'd be coming back from the city with extra
Fair
food.
enough.
Right across the hall. It's not
Hell
that far.
yeah. Carmine, you heading back eventually?
Yeah. Eventually.
Say, you could join Orion in sleeping out on the grounds. He's done it every night thus far.
Oh my gosh, no, buddy. I don't know if she'd do that. Not after today. She doesn't want the team to think she's upset with them or something.
See,
Maybe
I would say
another
that like
time.
it's not quite the same sensation, but the same intensity of failure that Carmine has right now. He feels, and he has to look at his own placement at the rank 1 in combat right now for first years and go, "How did I get here?" And then look over at his team and Blair, who just looks at him in disappointment all the fucking time. And then he's like, "You know what? I'm just gonna go train." And then he trains himself to an exhaustion, passes out, and nearly oversleeps every morning, which of course results in more problems. So
Yeah, as
buddy.
expected.
it's great. Anyways, eventually the three of you make your way back to the dorm rooms, differing times. Tiffany, your friends have given you, your team has given you space. Eventually they come back later on in the evening. Saren brought extra food.
Yeah, Aaron will drop it on, not drop it, but place it on the counter and be like, "You need to eat."
Thanks. She just kind of like quietly sits and just eats. Man, I'm gonna DM you something. Yeah, so as Saren came in, Tiffany was getting changed. How
Understandable.
perceptive? Yeah, like Saren's not stupid.
No.
There's something missing on Tiffany, and it's
Oh,
on her stomach. Well, it's not on her stomach.
You mean a belly button?
Yeah, she doesn't have one of those. There's nothing there.
Uh-huh.
Snoop baby!
So Tiffany will just kind of like, you kind of walked in just as she was finishing getting changed. You did see that, but like she pulls her shirt down properly over herself. Thanks for the food. Yeah, I gathered you wouldn't. And then she'll just quietly like have a bite to eat, looking over some more papers and stuff. Thumbs up emoji. That's just for Sarah, and she was the first in the room.
Meeting.
She was indeed. Odds are, timing wise, Rue will be next, literally right across the hall. And then eventually Carmine, probably right after that. You guys get settled in.
Yeah.
You look back and forth briefly, quietly. You get to lay down for the evening at whatever times you choose to go to sleep. If you even can sleep. It's always a fun question to ask. We'll go from the bottom up. Drew. Been a day. When you going to sleep and how well are you sleeping?
Probably pretty soon. Just taking a while to actually get to sleep.
All right. Saren.
Yeah, she's going to sleep pretty soon after coming back. She there may be part of her at the beginning that couldn't sleep that well, but she does some meditation and that helps her sleep.
Or sweet Carmine. Carmine,
Hmm.
when/are you getting to sleep, and how well are you sleeping if you do sleep at all?
If she does sleep at all, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she will that much. A lot of the inner turmoil, I think she's come to terms with the fact that it's like, yeah, it will fade of all the other stuff of like everyone talking. She's a little bit pissed though. And it's because it was a case of almost like being back at just where everyone it's like her point was proven, everyone's just kind of doing all the talking for her on her behalf. They're like, oh, I get that this is the issue when it's not. The entire day seeing her father on the news with another woman has been weighing on her mind, and how he could just be smiling so easily about everything. And she's probably honestly, she probably finds herself looking up the article and just staring at the image blankly a little bit, not caring to read the contents of it.
Excited talks about Lily Mori and whether or not her daughter plans on stepping into her shoes this year, that's just so that she can focus more on her development and her education career.
Yeah, she's probably barely getting any sleep tonight.
Excellent. Tiffany.
She's not sleeping either. She stays in that chair. Then eventually, like, does move to bed, but she just kind of lays there. Today was probably the first time that Tiffany's ever felt like there's something wrong with her. And that's a very, very hard thing for somebody who has prided herself on perfection. That there is a fundamental flaw in her very being. And it's very, very hard for her to kind of wrestle her mind around that. And it's something that she doesn't feel comfortable talking to other people with. So she's just going to sit on that for as long as it takes.
Sit on it, the two of you do. The two of you don't really get enough rest or don't get any at all, so you'll be starting tomorrow with some exhaustion.
Wonderful.
And that is where the bookmark would come to lie, if not for a little crinkle in the page. Completely separate from the four of you, completely separate from this floor, in a completely different part of the building. Leaning against the outer balustrade, watching the grounds below, far below, legs kicking themselves over the lip of the tower. A single woman, dressed in black and white. A mask with intricate red lines carved into it over her face. A pair of rabbit ears poking out underneath the hood, humming to herself as she flicks through a scroll, and the several dozen images that she'd managed to capture throughout the day of Team Glacier and their movements. That is where the bookmark comes to lie for now. And that is all I have for you at this present time, friends.
You bitch.